Love family, peace and love family. Welcome to another powerful discussion with your sister, Dr. Maat. You see the title, family. Tonight, we're discussing We Are Not Africans. Instagram brother challenges Dr. Maat. You right, bro. You right, family. You heard me right, family. So, Instagram brother, my brother, Ricky Francis, says that we are not Africans. And he's putting me to the test, family. He's putting me to the test. He's putting me to the test. He has some things he wants to get off his chest. And you all know how I am. You know, I open my platform up to a lot of brothers and sisters who come on and we have, different ideas, different beliefs, and that's all well with me, right? As long as we can exchange ideas and information in a respectful way, right? I don't mind. So shout out to the Maadian family in the building. I see you, Extra Money. Extra Money said I'm riding with you. I see my sister Soda. She said, oh wow. I see Joe Marley's in the building. I hope I didn't pronounce your name, Queen. I want to say Seja so bad, AA, but I may be pronouncing it due to that Baltimore accent. But anyway, family, let me give you the backstory. So I put up a video today on Instagram. Let me show it to you. Let me share my screen with you. So I put up this video right here on IG, and people were mad at me. So a few weeks back, there was an interview that I conducted with Dr. Raymond Wimbush, and we were talking about reparations, right? And so during the discussion, Dr. Raymond Wimbush said that Black folks are the only ones who put nationality before race, right? We put nationality before race. So, you have some folks that say, don't call me Black, call me Jamaican. Don't call me Black, call me Haitian. Don't call me Black, call me I'm Dominican. Don't call me Black. So he was like, wait a minute. It seems like we're the only people who will rep our nationality before we rep our homeland. So of course, family, this Instagram post brought a lot of people out. Folks were mad at him. He referenced the Jews. Then folks said, you don't know what you're talking about. The Jews are a religion. They're not a race. So sit down. Then you had folks coming on the chat and they were like, we ain't Africans. I mean, that's what folks say. My brother Ricky Francis is in the building. He said he was responding to this post. And he also added, we ain't Africans. And yes, Dr. Maat is using the word ain't. We ain't African. And so, family, tonight, I'm bringing my brother Ricky Francis on just to hear his perspective, because rather than go back and forth, on an Instagram post where things can get misread, misconstrued, I'd rather just dialogue with my brother and understand where he's coming from. So, family, before I do, I'm going to let you hear the post. Here we go. Oh, man, hold on, y'all. It's like as soon as I hit it, I don't hear the volume. Hold on. Let me get my volume straight. Oh, the volume is up. Oh, I got to click this down the bottom. Here we go, family.
Have said we should only focus on reparations for Africans in America. And that's simply, that's ahistorical. I mean, you never see Jewish people. If I go to Australia, for example, Jews in Australia support Israel. If I go to Argentina, Jews in Argentina support Israel. Black folk are the only ones who put nationality over what Marcus Garvey said, race first. We are united as an African people across the world. And John Henry Clark, the late Black historian, he said that the only difference, that we always talk about where we were dropped off in Haiti or Brazil or Charleston, South Carolina, but we need to, as African people, talk about where we were picked up. And where we were picked up is Africa. And we have to remain a united African people on a global level. Reparations has always been.
All right, family, you heard him. You heard his position. So I'm going to stop sharing. And without further ado, I'm going to bring on my brother Ricky Francis. Brother Ricky Francis, welcome to the show, brother. Peace and love to you. How are you, my brother?
Fine. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain, brother Ricky. So you watched the clip. And matter of fact, let me see if I can find exactly what you wrote, and I'll ask you to expound on it. But I want to read for the people what you wrote. So you said, we aren't African. You said, we aren't African. You said the outer Africa theory was given to us by a white Jewish man trying to displace the Aboriginals of this land. Let me repeat that because I want everybody to understand where we're coming from. So my brother says we aren't African. The outer Africa theory was given to us by a white Jewish man trying to displace the aboriginal of this land. So obviously it's your position that we are the aboriginal of this land. And so this outer Africa theory was basically presented to usurp us from this land and put us somewhere else, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, hold on, brother. Let me finish
I
reading.
think that's common sense.
Hold on, let me read. You said it's common sense. Okay. You said ethnicity over so-called race. Ethnicity over so-called race.
Mm-hmm.
Now you said race is a social construct
Mm-hmm.
created by white men. I actually agree with you though. I do agree with you. Now, I don't agree with the first couple of sentences that you wrote, but I feel like you mixed some truth into what you were saying. I actually agree with you. It is a social construct and it was
Yeah.
created by them, you know. So hold on, we're gonna get to that. So you said the world moves by ethnicity,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you said ethnicity equals culture. You said and culture equals civilization. I would also say that ethnicity not only does it equal culture, ethnicity also equals shared history, right? A shared history. So it's not just culture. It's history, it's culture, it's collective psychology. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things that goes on, and it's religious beliefs. And I could pull up a definition of ethnicity, right? So we're not just talking about culture. I mean, we can say religion is a part of your culture, but it's culture, it's shared history, it's shared objectives, shared goals, shared visions. It's all of that stuff. So anyway, you say ethnicity equals culture and culture equals civilization. There's a reason the world follows the lead of Black Americans. So I want you right now to just go ahead and before you expound on this, are you a supporter of Dane Calloway?
Uh, I'm not really an avid follower, but I listen to everybody, and
Okay.
decision. I'm not gonna say I'm a supporter or a follower. I appreciate what everybody puts out. That's true, but everything deserves to be investigated. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just listen to one thing and run with it. That's how
Okay.
sometimes
Okay.
right, sometimes they get it wrong. Sometimes they don't give you the nuances of it. You can't really call yourself like a supporter. But yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I've heard Dane Calloway, and I've
Okay.
heard,
So you agree with some of Dane Calloway's
I've heard
points?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, brother. So you have the floor. You go ahead, brother, and you go ahead. You have the floor. I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to let you explain to me why we are not Africans. You go ahead, brother.
All right. The reason why I say we're not African is because Africans in Africa, they have 3,000 different languages and what 52, 53 different countries. They have tribalism that has been around since the beginning of time. The Bible even writes about tribalism. We can't get past tribalism. So when white people came in and they exploited that tribalism with race, and then everybody else moves by ethnicity in the world. The only people that don't move by ethnicity in the world is Black Americans because we're in a social construct called white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? So basically, black, white, nothing in between. You got wannabe whites, and then you got the black people. The only people that can be black are Black Americans.
Okay. Okay. So let me understand this correctly. You're saying and I want to make sure that I understand you correctly. Your position is that we aren't from Africa because Africa has thousands of languages.
None,
And
name me where we come from and what cultural connection do I
no, no,
have?
no, 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 no. The onus of this is on you. And peace to brother Ankh. The onus of this is on you. The onus of this is on you. Okay.
No, no,
You
no, no.
said, no, 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 brother. No, no, listen to what I'm saying. Because I asked you to state why we aren't from Africa. And I want to make sure that I understand you, brother.
Because
Your,
we're
your position is that we're not from Africa because Africa has thousands of languages and there was tribalism in Africa.
I'm saying they have differences. A pygmy is not the same as a African from a tribe that's 7, 8 foot tall. They're different. They're not the same.
So you believe that we're not from Africa based on the differences that you see amongst the ethnicities in Africa?
Yeah, I'm telling you, people are different. Do you think? Do I want to ask y'all this?
Well, we're not denying that, brother. We're not denying that people are different. But I'm talking about you're saying that we're
When
not African because if you go to Africa, there's different ethnicities, different languages, and different, I guess you say different cultures. I would actually
yeah,
say one culture, but different expressions of that one culture. That's my position. But I'm just asking you, how does that negate our roots, us being African people, based on what you like? How does that negate us being connected to Africa?
what makes a European a European?
You tell me. This is on
No, no,
you.
I'm asking because now you got to explain to me since
I
I'm
don't, I don't, but I don't have to explain,
what
brother, because
makes
you said we're not African, and I'm waiting for you to explain to me how
I'm
we aren't African.
that's my stance. The same reason why the reason why I'm not African is because what makes a European a European?
Well, you tell me what makes a European a European.
I don't know. They're from Europe, but what did they have dark skin or did they have white skin?
Both. They had both.
Where did the white Europeans come from? And science says that white skin is new. So if
No, yeah,
white skin is not new, that's not like 10,000 years old.
mm. 10,000 years is a long time, though. Yo, think about what you just said.
It's a long time, but
Yeah, it's a long time.
you can't age the black man. You can't give us a date of when black people were first around.
What's your name, though, brother? Excuse me. What's your name, brother?
I'm Francis.
You who? Brother Francis?
Yes.
How you doing, man? My name is Brother Unc, man. How you doing, Dr. Mayat?
I'm doing fine, brother. Peace and love to you. How are you?
Man, just finished that interview with that doctor. That was a good interview we did. We're gonna release it, and we have another physicist gonna be coming through. We want to make sure you're a part of that. And yeah, it's good. And nice to meet you though, brother. Yeah, you sound like me 15 years ago. Don't worry about it, yo. don't worry about it. You sound just like me, huh?
What's your name?
My name is Brother Unc. Some people call me Uncle Keck. Some call me Bobby Banger. Some call me the God Killer. But for this conversation, man, I'm just your brother, and I will help you advance your understanding of human beings on planet Earth. I think that's important for this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm 56. How old are you?
33.
33. You at that sweet spot.
Yeah,
That's when I started to get it. Yeah, that's when I started to get it. So I had a lot of ideas in my head. Like I could safely say that I'm on tape. I'm not going to tell you where y'all can find it at. When I tried to explain where the different races came from, I'm just not going to tell you where y'all can find it. When I tried to explain how Europeans came from Europe and how life started in the waters, I did all that. So I mean, I get it. I get where you at. And the way I got through it was that I actually challenged myself. Watch this. I got away from all the people that were saying what they were saying.
Yeah.
Right. And since we're in the information age, we act information age and the space age, right? If you want to talk about human beings, right, the best place for you to start is right here. All right.
Now we ain't gonna pull out no books. We're gonna come at this from a common sense.
No. Listen, just let me work. No. We don't want to do that.
You know
we don't want to do that. I'm not gonna pull no book out.
On this yellow brick road, and hopefully you make it to the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but brother. Yeah, but I hear what you're saying.
Let me finish my point, Doc. So listen, no, what I was saying was you didn't let me finish my point. I'm saying, do you know what anthropology is? Have you ever you know what that is?
Yes.
That's what to you? What is anthropology to you?
The study of ancient and artifacts and humans.
It's just a study of humans and culture, right?
Yeah.
And so if we're gonna attack this and have an intelligent, high-level conversation, then we have to speak to it through the. Do we have to hold on? Let me finish.
That's gonna be my stance. I want to talk.
No, but you listen. I'm not taking it away from you, though.
23. I am not African.
So what? I believe you.
I'll tell you that.
I'm not. You think I'm trying to take that from you?
Hey, in 2023, when we're talking about reparations, that my ancestors bled and died for. I have ancestors that fought in every war since the Revolutionary War.
We do too. We all do too. We all do. I could trace both sides, Maryland, Eastern Shore, my other side to Sumter County, South Carolina. So we all do. We all do. I can go all the way back to the 1700s with my ancestors that were right here. So I mean, we all do. But does that negate that they were brought on slave ships from Africa and work from can't see to can't see. So how do you say that you
First of
you
all,
want hold on, let me finish, brother. Let me finish. Just calm down. You so hostile. Relax.
Yeah, he knocked me out the box. I'm being
Relax. Yeah,
cordial.
I'm just like, relax, brother.
Hey,
Relax. I'm not.
you got.
I have a very aggressive personality too, but I'm just chilling right now.
Don't we both?
I know. We both very aggressive, but I'm
Did
like,
that man
brother.
just
So
cut me off?
yeah, I
Man,
know.
he don't even know where humans came from. I'm giving him a break.
Yeah,
Listen,
just leave me
listen,
alone.
young lion. Listen, young lion. I'm giving you a break. You cut me off. I want to have a high level intelligent conversation.
Right, that's what
you
you're
want to
here
have
for,
a
Ricky.
you want to
Yeah.
have a bulldozer conversation. I guarantee you, my tank and bulldozer is way better than yours right now. Hold on, listen. I guarantee you, you're overmatched. I wasn't trying to do it, but you got a little bit.
There's nothing you
Just
can
listen, bro. Listen,
Just calm down.
you gotta
Ricky.
calm down. Listen,
and you know what?
I'm sure it's something I can learn from you. I'm positive of that. But at this point, you think it's nothing I can tell you. You already losing with that.
Yeah,
but when
you are.
Yeah, you are. And Ricky, let me tell you why you are.
Ricky.
And I remember, and Ricky, let me tell you why you are. Listen to what I'm saying. Ricky, listen to what I'm saying. Calm down, brother. Listen to what I'm saying. So I remember when I was around your age, right? And I remember someone always told me to remain teachable. They said no one has reached the pinnacle of growth.
Mm-hmm.
None of us has reached the pinnacle of growth, the pinnacle of knowledge. So they told me always, they said always remain teachable. So before we went live, you said, oh my God, your title, you said doctor. I said, no, brother, I'm your sister first. And so even with that title in front of my name, even with that title in front of my name, I'm very humble. I always learn from people. I learn from little children. I listen to little children. You get what I'm saying? So just brother, just sit back, just listen. You know what I mean? Let brother Unc finish his talk because he's trying to start you here with anthropology. So you define what.
I don't want no book
at all.
Yeah, just
listen, bro. Listen.
Because it don't matter what kind of anthropology lesson he wants to give.
I'm not trying to give you a lesson right now.
That's not what's happening.
No, it's not a hold up because I was in the middle of talking. Hold on, nope, we on a bad foot. We on the wrong foot. I'm not gonna let you do that.
I want to tell you my position.
I don't want to hear your position because I was in the middle of giving mine, and you cannot cut me off in the middle of me saying what I was saying. I was basically saying if we're gonna have a conversation about human beings, there's a few things we gotta do. Now, I refuse to have conversations with young lions, right? Yeah. Talking about living organisms that are human and not talk about biological human evolution. We cannot do that. Next point, if we're not going to talk about culture and history, I'm not doing it. It's through anthropology is what this conversation needs to go through. I'm not opening up no books for you. And whether you call yourself an African, I don't care. You can call yourself Red Roof Chicken Favor. Mm-hmm. Running water from the mountaintop. I don't even care, bro. This conversation ain't about what we call ourselves. It's about what me and you, as intelligent adults, can actually verify with scientific data. Now, if you can't do that, you already in trouble. Just for the record, bro. So let's slow it down. Let's be teachable in this moment because you're not going to win. Trust me. I wasn't even trying to be arrogant, but I can be the most arrogant on YouTube. So let's chill and relax. I already know I got you beat.
What are you trying?
I'm trying to win your heart and your mind.
There we go.
That's what I'm trying to win. As you grow as a human being on earth. I don't care if you call yourself African. I want to help you grow like individuals help me grow. So I don't want you out there talking crazy. So let's get to it. So you're not an African because what? Where you come from?
Where you come from? Where we come from then?
50,000 years ago, where you come from?
Hold up. And Brother Ankh, he said reparations. For what then? If we didn't come from Africa, what are we getting reparations for? Because our ancestors,
they got decimated.
So you think we're Native Americans?
Listening, y'all ain't listening.
We're gonna listen to you.
I'm gonna mute my mic.
I'm muting out.
Putting words in my mouth like that shit is weak. Like for real.
Go ahead. You got the floor. We muted.
We got the floor. None of us are weak individuals. We're not weak.
Go ahead and clean it up. But I don't want to go back a billion years and tell me that I'm from Africa. I'm an organism that came out of the water and then I crawled onto Africa, so I'm from Africa. Okay, that's fine. But what are Europeans? Are Europeans African? Are Asians African?
Let them talk. Just let them get it out. Go ahead, brother. Don't ask no questions. Just show your proof. Just talk. Talk, brother. You don't have to ask us questions because you already know. So explain to us how we're not African. You got the floor. I'm muting my mic.
I'm the same reason I'm not African It's the same reason why Europeans aren't African. White Europeans aren't African. The same reason why Asians in China aren't African. They're Chinese. I don't have to be African because my skin is black. Like y'all gotta make sense. This is a big world. We were here thousands and hundreds of thousands of years before white people. They get to claim something, and I gotta stay in Africa. When it makes sense that we're here first. We're in this world first. We populated all these lands first. What makes you think that there was no black people here until they brought other black people from Africa here? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you're a TikTok scholar.
No, now you look. That's an ad hominem argument.
I want all that. Yeah, that's all you got. I'm listening. I muted out. Keep going. I think you made about 30 mistakes just now, but go ahead, make another 30 more.
If I'm African,
I'm writing it down.
All Europeans are African.
I'm writing it down. You made 15 mistakes in 5 minutes.
What makes me African? Because they told you a story of a slave ship coming over here?
Nope, that ain't what make you African.
What makes me African? If I'm African, why aren't European?
Do you want that they are African?
Why aren't
you just don't.
Why Australia Aborigines African?
Do you want the answer, or you gonna keep talking? Don't ask a question if you don't want to answer.
So-called Native Americans African that are.
I'm saying, do you want the answer, or you want to keep talking? Are you finished? Now, if you can sit back like I did, I'll give you the answer.
And it's not even about that. The whole point of me commenting was about reparations. So if we're not going to tie this to the reparations talk and why Africans should be nowhere fucking near reparations, there's no point in talking, because that's what the whole thing is about. Africans have nothing to do with Black American reparations. Y'all gonna have to get that through y'all thick skulls.
Who said they did? Who said that Africans had anything to do with reparations here from the U.S.? Who said nobody made that claim, brother?
Yeah, what are you talking about, man?
Nobody made that claim. You made that up.
That's the video.
That's not what he said. He said that he said people are fighting. This is what he said, and you should watch the whole video. Listen to what I'm saying, brother. Listen to what I'm saying, brother. Listen to what I'm saying. I teach for a living. That's what I do. I teach at university. So I deal with students like you, but you got to listen, right? You got to listen, right? You got to listen. You got to listen.
Students like me, and then
but you got to listen. You got to listen because you so aggressive. You're so aggressive. You're very arrogant. You're very arrogant in your ignorance, and I'm just asking you to listen, just as I listen.
Sometimes you gotta
but you didn't comprehend the video, brother. And what I noticed about a lot of people, they're quick to argue. Hold on, they're quick to argue without first studying. You have to first study, and then when you're in a debate and you're intellectually engaging with people, you have to listen, and not only listen to respond, but listen to comprehend. And so, what I was trying to explain to you is what he's saying in the video, okay? Because I did the hour and a half with him. You agree that I would know his position since I sat and I listened. I actually interviewed him for an hour and a half. So, do you think you're better qualified at laying out his position, or do you think that I can do it? And that's what I'm trying to do. Exactly. So let me lay out what he's talking about in this video. In this video, go ahead, brother. You go ahead. You lay out the argument. You go ahead. You go ahead. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna mute the mic. Go ahead.
I'm saying is all I'm going by was a video. Yes, you do have deeper knowledge on the issue, but we're just talking about this clip and why it's dangerous to call us African.
Okay, so can I lay out the argument for brother? Okay. Right. So the argument, this is what he was saying in the clip. And this is the point that he was trying to make. And that's why sometimes what I do when I'm watching videos and someone directs me to like the full video, before I comment, like I may formulate a perception of the clip based on what I listen to, but I like to always go back and listen to the full video so I can get the full context of the conversation. So I'm not really like a clip person. Like I know they put shorts on Instagram, like so you have shorts, you have reels, and you have these different things. But what I do is when I listen to the shorts or I listen to the reels, I'll click on like a link or something that will direct me to the full conversation or the full discussion so that I can understand the full context before I comment. But a lot of people don't do that. They just comment based on a clip that they saw. So in this video, and I'll show the 100, it's 135 people watching right now, young brother, okay? It's over 135 people watching us. So this is the clip that he's talking about, family. Let me share my screen again and make sure that you hear the audio. I'm going to play the audio for you one more time.
You know, reparations has always been a international struggle. It unites the Black community throughout the world, or African community throughout the world. I've seen Black folk talk about reparations in Africa, South America, the Caribbean, and so forth. So it has always been an international movement. These new, kind of Johnny-come-latelys to the movement have said we should only focus on reparations for Africans in America. And that's simply, that's ahistorical. I mean, you never see Jewish people. If I go to Australia, for example, Jews in Australia support Israel. If I go to Argentina, Jews in Argentina support Israel. Black folk are the only ones who put nationality over what Marcus Garvey said, race first. We are united as an African people across the world. And John Henry Clark, the late Black historian, he said that the only difference, that we always talk about where we were dropped off in Haiti or Brazil or Charleston, South Carolina, but we need to, as African people, talk about where we were picked up. And where we were picked up is Africa. And we have to remain a united African people on a global level.
Okay, so let me say what the elder's saying. The elder isn't saying that if we were awarded reparations here, and when I say we, I'm talking about African American, Black Americans. Some people say foundational Black Americans. Some people say ADOS. The sons and daughters, right, or the descendants of the West and Central Africans who were brought here, who worked from Kansi to Kansi. He's not saying that other people are entitled to reparations from those folks, or they should be a part of our reparations claim. He's just saying that reparations is an international movement. We're fighting for reparations here. You got CARICOM right down in the Caribbean who are fighting for reparations over there. You got people fighting for reparations on the continent. People are fighting for reparations in the UK. Hold on, brother. So he's saying that it's an international movement and that we should all be supporting each other. So meaning that our brothers and sisters, CARICOM, who are fighting for reparations in the Caribbean, then us over here in the US, we should be supporting their movement. The brothers and sisters that are in the UK who are fighting for reparations, they have our support. You understand? So he never made the claim that that continental Africans or other Africans in the diaspora should be privy or should receive any of, if we were awarded reparations, that they should get some of our reparations. That's not the claim that he said. And so that's why sometimes, brother, I always tell people you have to listen to comprehend instead of listen to respond. See, we just listen real quick and then we want to give a response, but we didn't listen to actually understand what is being said here. And he never made that claim. So go ahead, brother. You have the floor.
I just want to say that we're not part of anything that has to do with African. We're not part of CARICOM. They're not helping fight on their behalf. We're the progenitors of Pan-Africanism. We're the ones that hold that heavy. Nobody else in the world holds Pan-Africanism heavy like Black Americans. Mm-hmm. And it's a one-way. It's basically a one-way street. Y'all know that though. Like what do they have for us in Africa? The guy mentions Jews in the video, in the tape. Jews have a home base. They have people that are actually getting them money and having them lawyers, giving them repatriation and things like that. Nobody is doing that. Everybody's running to the U.S. based off what we have done, Black Americans. So I'm not with that all unity thing. That's how people get killed.
Okay, brother, I'm not even debating. If you don't support Pan-Africanism, brother, I'm not beefing with you on that. That's your prerogative. But what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to figure out how you're saying that we're not the descendants of West and Central Africans that were brought here.
I support Pan-Africanism. I just don't support Pan-Africanism to the point where it smothers my ethnicity.
Okay, that's great. That's fine. I'm not beefing with you about that. That's not my beef.
Instead of people running here and getting involved in their politics and undermining us, our culture. And becoming rappers and doing caricatures of who we are. Because you look at all these rappers and all these media personalities, people that own all these things, they're not of my lineage. I see the game. Y'all know, y'all may not see it, but I see
I'm with you. So your ethnicity, you would consider yourself what?
I'm Black American.
No, okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So why you beat me? So listen. So see, I'm on your side. I feel like I'm a Black American, African American. Same thing, one and the same. Because if you look the article up, it'll tell you that the only black people is the people in North America.
Facts.
Right? Or those in Africa who was colonized, they'll start to call themselves black.
Yeah,
Certain amount of time, but they had their own group. So hold on. Like I said, I study anthropology. So after 500 years, see, I might disagree on some of the points the elders made, but after 500 years, we're actually our own people, bro, because 500 years is a long daggone time. You might not think so, but it is. So I like the things you're saying, but
Absolutely.
as soon as you make that mistake, let me finish. As soon as you make that mistake and say that you're not African, okay, but your deep root ancestry come from Africa, and by default, you're not you're not African because you're not African because you was born in Africa. You African because it was born in you.
All right.
And so 70 to 80%, 90% of your DNA come from African lineage, right? So I ain't saying you gotta call yourself that.
I'm not gonna say that.
I know, but you just listen. How can I be on your side and you fight me right now? You won't even let me finish.
I'm not fighting you because I don't have to agree with everything you say.
Listen. First of all, I'm not giving you my personal opinion. Listen, I'm not giving you my personal opinion. I'm not giving you my personal opinion. I'm actually trying to help you formulate your the way you articulate what you're saying on a higher level. Because right now, you can't run out in the hold on. You can't run out in the middle. Let me finish, bro. You cannot run out in the middle of the street hollering about I ain't African. Hold on. Because when the reparations come down there, bro, I bet you take that. You can't run in the middle of the street. I'm saying you can't deny your ancestry no matter what. Nobody's saying we continental Africans. Nobody's saying that we shouldn't get, we supposed to get. I'm sitting here saying, bro, boy, you should watch some of my stuff. I'm saying, yo, I don't appreciate the fact that we always got to go back and help them. Can we get some help? I say the same things you saying, but it's a certain point where you got to critique yourself and say, wait a minute, yo, I do have deep-rooted ancestry.
I don't know.
In Africa. You can't take that away.
I'm not doing that. You can do that.
No, you listen, you don't have to do anything. Look, it's in your blood, it's in your DNA. You can't run from that.
It's in Chinese people's blood. It's in Europeans' blood. It's in Arabic people's blood.
No, it's not. No, not to the degree where you at.
Nah, they ain't African. Who comes from who?
No such thing as what you saying. No such thing as that. You made that up. You talking now. You made it up.
All people don't derive. So the black woman
that up.
Every race in
no, you don't know what you're talking about. You just you like me.
Let him unpack that. Let him unpack that though. So let him talk about that. Go ahead, brother. So what you say, the black woman? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. You go ahead, Bill.
I'm not deep diving in anything though. The point that we're remaining on is I'm not African.
Thank you. And you can't say that because nobody believes you, but you. Go look in the mirror and tell me what the hell you look like. Go look in the mirror. You like you from the Congo somewhere. You tripping.
I don't look like no.
He does look like a brother from the Congo. He does.
Genes don't lie. Hold on. Look.
He look like a Nigerian. He look like a Nigerian. He like an Igbo brother. One of them Igbo brothers.
Wait, this funny. Look, hey, Dr. Maat, look. White people might lie. Black people probably will lie. But them daggone genes don't lie. Bro.
Why you moving around, man?
I'm trying to tell you, I got to charge my phone. Let me grab my charger.
Okay, all right.
He running around talking about, boy, stop it. Ain't nobody saying you're a continental African. We respect you. Matter of fact, I like the fight you got for Black America, bro.
Absolutely.
That's me. I'm Black and I'm proud. Let's not forget that, bro. And I'm going to always choose you first. I'm going to always fight for my family here first, bro, before I go anywhere. This the guy you talking to. I'm just trying to help you formulate a little bit. Okay. Relax. Chill. I was hoping you weren't saying he was a Native American. I'm glad you ain't saying that.
No, he ain't saying that. He wasn't on that kick. He ain't on that kick.
Yeah, come on, man. I'm with you. See, now you got an ally. I'm on your side.
Man,
but you gotta tell your comrades you can't say that.
You ain't gotta call it Native American, but you can call it Aboriginal.
Oh, so you in between lines now. Make your mind up.
Yeah. Come on now. Yeah. Now you're not making. Now you messed it up. Ricky, you messed it up now. You messed it up. You went from Black American to Aboriginal. You messed that one up.
Trying to ease it.
Did he, brother?
Even Malcolm X said we was Aboriginal. So
I don't care. Malcolm was wrong. How about they was dead wrong saying that? Yeah, Malcolm X was wrong.
I listen to y'all whitewash shit though. But I got you get to say Malcolm is wrong.
Whitewash? What's whitewash? I bet you think science is white. I
The
bet
outer
say science is white. I dare you.
Oh,
the
don't
science
do it. Don't do it.
I
Don't do
dare
it.
you say science. I dare you say
Don't
Charles
do it.
Darwin. And I
Don't
say
do it.
all that's wild.
I didn't
I
say
dare you.
science is white. I said the outer African theory is
It's
white.
white.
Yeah, just like Drapetomia is white. That's a scientist
who?
that
The
named
what?
that.
The what?
Drapetomia.
So now you basically
I'm just
saying
letting you know it's science.
you gonna let me know. Listen, thank you.
It's science, right? That's white man.
Have some heart. Have some heart, yo. Say it's the white man's science. Have some heart, dog.
No. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
He
Don't
is,
say
yo.
that. He can't, brother. He ain't making that
He
claim.
said the
He not.
outer African theory is
No.
white. He said that.
No,
They
he
gave me
ain't.
the guy's name. He's white.
He
So
ain't
if you
believe
white,
that. He ain't believe that. He ain't believe that.
And
He didn't
Gerald
believe that.
Ford is white, but you drive that car though, don't you?
I don't give a damn. It gives us from point A to point B.
Oh, so now we get some knowledge, right, based off of how humans evolved on Earth, and now that's white though. It's the same. See, you're a walking contradiction now. See,
We don't even
now
know.
you don't give a damn.
Knowing how much they steal from us, we don't know if that's white. You don't know. You just
No, what do
talk.
you mean? Define what you mean with is white. No, do that.
Propaganda is
Doc
very
always
powerful.
teach me. Define what you mean. Go ahead.
Propaganda
What do you
is
mean
very
by that's white?
Propaganda is very powerful. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hold on. I totally agree. But explain to us, what do you mean by that's white? What when you put that connotation on it, what are you actually saying to us? Well, that's white. So how about vaccines? Is that white too?
No.
CDC, is that white too?
Created by a slave, I believe. What is it called?
Onesimus. Come on, bro. Keep it going.
Well, I'm just saying it was created back.
Well, that's not white. So you basically using an arbitrary thing called skin color, right? That's very arbitrary, right?
Yeah, the earth isn't white, so there should be nowhere called Europe where white people can claim.
Just say you hate white people. I can take that.
Now you trying
I can take that.
Now you trying to shame me when I'm
not
telling
trying to shame.
Yeah, you are, bro. You gotta chill out.
You know,
That's
I'm trying to shame you. Now I'm trying to shame you. Now I'm trying to shame you.
Yeah,
because you don't got the heart to say what it really is.
Hate white people. That's so corny, bro.
I used to say that.
You sound like Samuel Jackson. Who that nigga on that nag? That's what you sound like when you said that.
All right, man. That's 2 strikes.
Just letting you know.
You're on 2 strikes. Just letting you know.
you
got one more. You got one more.
Ricky,
you on 2.
Yeah, Ricky, don't do it. Ricky B.
And I really play softball. Yeah. You really supposed to get it right now.
Yeah,
but
Ricky, don't do it. Don't do it.
You messing up, Rick.
Yeah, don't do it, Ricky. Come on, brother. I told him I was having a discussion with an intellectual and respectful brother, Ricky. Come on now. Don't do that, Ricky.
Yeah, who
don't crack the jokes. Don't crack the jokes.
Don't sit up here and try to.
I didn't shame you.
Nobody's belittling you.
How am I trying to shame you?
Gosh, you sound like you sound like one of my students. Oh,
you do.
How's that shaming you?
You do. You do.
You do. The truth.
So you don't like being referred to as a student.
Yeah, as a student, because I'm a student.
So what are I'm always a student. I'm a student
definitely
first
one
and
of her
foremost.
students.
I'm definitely one of her students. Look, and I'm one of your students, brother. I'm a student
so
before.
I don't know.
I consider myself a student before I consider myself a teacher. So you're not a student. You just know every goddamn thing. That's what you're saying, Ricky.
Okay.
You just know everything, right? Okay. Then you're a student.
What I do know, nobody's gonna belittle me and say things like, "Oh, I was."
If you said I sound like one of your teachers, I would say, okay. That's what I do. If that's what you do.
My point of view don't mean I hate white people. That's so low.
Really? If everything negative you saying about white, it's something you just don't like about white people, just say that.
We got to be able to speak truth to power. Y'all can't be sitting up here hiding behind scholarships.
You're hiding.
Let him say it. Go ahead.
Who's hiding behind scholarship?
He said we trying to hide behind white people now.
He done mixed up the Aboriginal and the Black Americans. Like where they do that?
I like you, yo. I like him. He just gave us another one. The Black Algae Twins. You're trying to hide behind academia now. Okay.
Wow. Nah.
And it's the white man academia because they the only ones that got colleges. Ain't no black colleges. See,
what black college curriculum do black people control? It's all y'all. Huh?
You not a student, Ricky? You're not a student.
Hey, Rick, you got to stop, Rick.
You don't know.
We got to control the curriculum.
But we do have curriculum that we control. That's why I'm sitting over here with my jaw dropped. Don't make me. Oh my gosh!
Tell me.
Funny.
No, you know it all. You know it all.
I'm asking.
You know it all. You said, "Well, what black college?" No, you ain't asked. You didn't ask. It didn't come from a place. It didn't come from a place that you truly wanted to know.
None of her curriculum.
We do. Black people write curriculum. Black people write curriculum. You looking at one? White black people. Black people write curriculum.
At what school?
Several schools.
Is it
several schools,
or is it real Black history?
Oh my Jesus! Have you ever heard of African centered education, Ricky? Ricky, have you ever heard of African centered education? I'm just curious.
African centered education. I'm not African. I'm Black American. I want to know Black American centered education.
Okay. Well, have you ever heard of Black American centered?
Washington.
Yeah,
what about Booker
T?
What about Washington?
Yeah. He's
what are
done.
you talking about now?
What are you talking about?
Math is white.
I want to know what my ancestors did in the past 500 years.
Okay, so talk about the curriculum at Tuskegee. Talk about that. Talk about that curriculum. Talk about that. Go ahead. You got the floor. Talk about the curriculum at Tuskegee. Since you talk Black American this, Black American that. Let's talk about Carter G. Woodson. Let's talk about Carter G. Woodson and what he proposed. Let's talk about that curriculum. Let's talk about W.E.B. Du Bois. These are all Black Americans, by the way. Let's talk about Dr. Booker T. Washington. Let's talk about their curriculum. Go ahead, Ricky. You got the floor.
Gaskin.
Yeah. Talk about their curriculum, brother.
Are we still under those?
Gaskin.
Go ahead, brother. Talk about their curriculum.
Are we still using those curriculum?
Some people are. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you don't know about any Black independent schools? You don't know of any Black independent schools?
I'm gonna tell you my point of view.
All right, go ahead. What's your point?
On the trajectory that Black America has been going, I don't believe these schools are teaching about Black history and are teaching our Black kids anything, because it just seems to be cool.
What do you know? So what do you know about Black history? Because you seem to be very loud. I'm not trying to shame you.
Now look,
what is it that
you go
have
back
you
to
learned?
the shaming and belittling. Okay, let's get back there then. Okay.
We just having fun.
Should I cower under your knowledge? Should I cower under your knowledge?
Man. So you know what? That's your default setting.
Yeah, it is.
I got you. I done got you that quick.
You figured it out, brother.
Every time he get to a place where he think we're going to really say something he don't know, he starts saying, you trying to shame me. I'm actually not. I actually like you. I already told you was me 15 years ago, I was right there, yo. I just ain't have a person like me to talk to. Now you actually got a person like me, you beat me up. Well, you funny for that one, yo. I ain't shaming you now. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of things you know that I don't know and I'm willing to learn.
Yeah.
So you gotta stop that. We trying to shame you. I ain't trying to shame you.
Let's not throw body blows at each other now. Come on now.
You started it. I pushed back. I ain't even throw my blows. We good. I'm with you. I ain't throwing no blows.
Those attacks is like body blows. We trying to have a conversation. You trying to take the air out.
Okay, so we're gonna have a conversation around education.
But I want to ask him before we get to education. So where did Black Americans come from? You subscribe to the idea that we were always here, Ricky? So we didn't come from Africa. Where did we come from? So forget the out of Africa theory. Let's throw that away. Let's forget the out of Africa theory. Let's throw that away. Hold on.
I'm about to shame you. I'm about to shame you. At least I can tell the truth when I'm about to shame you. Don't get that right. I'm gonna laugh at you.
Yeah. So go ahead, Ricky. Where did we come from? You got the floor. Go ahead. Where did Black Americans come from?
Truth right now, and this is what it is. We don't know because we're not in control of history. We don't control the artifacts. We don't control the places that hide these artifacts. We don't control the documentation. So you won't know anyways. But I don't believe we're from Africa, and that's 100. That's gonna be 100.
Don't worry about it. You can safely say that this Black man is about to shame. I'm about to shame you. Yo, you funny.
I don't care if you shame me. I don't know you.
Funny with that.
It's like throwing shit at a wall. I'm just gonna walk out.
Did you hear what you just said? Why don't you say that slower? Say it again, yo. Say what you just said again. I want you to hear yourself say what you just said based off the question she asked you. If you don't think you need to sit down and listen to some people about something, yo, go ahead. I'm listening. Say that again.
I'm being 100. I believe they lie so much and they hide so much of our past history that we don't truly know.
Okay. Just say you don't know. Just say you don't know. Just say you don't know. Just say you're at a position in your life where you don't know.
We don't know. I said we.
No, you don't know. No, you don't know.
You don't know.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Based off what?
Based off established knowledge and wisdom, we safely can say, as of 2000, from dedicated scientists.
And they had access to everything, and they didn't have a reason to hide anything.
No. So whenever you hear, look, this is a little piece for me to you, bro. Whenever you hear somebody say the hidden history, you know they lying. It ain't hidden. It's in the secret vault called the library. Now, if you would ask me, could we access it based off of not being able to read English, based off of the slave trade and all that? And I say, yeah, you're right. But right now, you at 33 can go to any library at any university in America. You can go to a black one, a white one, whatever you want to do, and you can safely find your history. It's called higher learning, bro. Matter of fact, you can go to your local library, your local Enoch Pratt, wherever you from library, yo, right now, tomorrow, get a library card. See, I bet you, do you have a library card? Nope, you don't. Get a library card, right? And go in the library and ask a librarian, say, can I get some books on human history? Because last time I checked, human history is really African history. Last time I said, can I get some books on that, please? And you will sit down and prove yourself wrong.
Hey, that sounds good. Say that last sentence again. Human history.
I said because human history, right, is African history.
Bam. Thank you. So there's no such thing as Chinese history, European history, German history.
Of course it is.
Right.
So let me help you out. So if you was to take, let me give you an example. I'm gonna show you something that's real. No, I'm gonna show you, listen, I'm gonna show you something that's real. If you was to take, hold on, if you was to go to a park and see a lot of kids and walk up on them, you would see all their differences. You're like, man. But if you was to get away from them, you was in like 50,000 kids, they would all be basically similar, right? So when we talk about history and culture, of course, Chinese history, African American history, Zulu history, Russian history, all these things in the game. So I respect that, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm simply saying when you made like you don't know where we came from, it's safely put that Homo sapiens sapient. No,
it's theory for a reason. It's not called
it's called a theory because you don't know you don't know what the hell it means.
What's the theory? Let's stop. So you said it's just a theory. Could you explain, Ricky, the difference between a scientific theory and a theory? Go ahead. You got the floor. Brother, he got the floor. Go ahead. You got
I'm shaming you, Ricky. You don't know.
Ricky, go ahead. Ricky, what's the difference between, you said it's just a theory. No, it's a scientific theory, and it's a difference between a scientific theory and a theory. Go ahead. You got the floor, Ricky. Go ahead.
That's what they found. That's what they're going off of.
No, you didn't answer my question.
Who's the they though?
He didn't answer my question. He didn't answer my question. Oh, hold on. He didn't answer. I'm about to meet both of y'all. He did. Both of y'all let me talk. Ricky, let me talk. So look, Ricky, let me ask you a question. Said it's a theory. It's a scientific theory. You said, no, it's just a theory. So you dismissed it. It's just a theory. So I said, well, Ricky, there's a difference between a scientific theory and a theory. Please explain to the listening audience. It's 185 people looking at you and watching you. Okay. And it's going to be probably 1,000 by midnight. Explain to the people what is the difference between a theory and a scientific theory. You have the floor.
A scientific theory is basically like the Big Bang theory. That's just what they came up with. That's what they can say, but that's not what really happened. It's a theory. It falls in that same line. Like, where does human life come from? How did the Earth get here? The Big Bang theory. Same thing.
So again, I'm gonna ask you a question.
No,
I'm gonna ask you again because maybe you didn't understand my question.
I'm not about to.
What's the difference? What's the difference between? No. What's the difference between a scientific theory and a theory? You don't have to Google anything, brother. I'm not Googling anything. Oh, he has to go to Google.
I don't.
Oh, now your camera's on. Oh, he's in Google.
I want him to Google it. I want you to Google it though, yo. For the sake of
he's Googling. He's Googling.
That's what Google is for.
Yep. Them kids, everybody use Google. Look it up.
Using the tools at my disposal.
I like that. I like that.
All right. Hold on. I got. Hey, Ricky.
Y'all think your shame game works for me?
Ricky, no.
No, you good, Ricky.
I'm not about to say stupid.
Hey, Ricky, I just want you to read it though, Ricky.
Hey, Ricky, I like that. No, I want Ricky. This is what I want. Hey, I got another young lion on the panel. Hold on, Ricky. Wait, man. God.
I like. Hey, Ricky, I like you. Ricky said, "Heck no, you ain't gonna get me."
Ricky, goodness, Ricky. I know Ricky's funny. Ricky, hey, Ricky, I got a young lion on here for you. We out of your league.
Okay.
So I have a young lion on here for you. We out of your league. Yep. I got another young lion that want to rap to you. So maybe we out of your league. I think that. I shouldn't. I may have made a mistake tonight. I really thought, Ricky, it was gonna go another way, and it went totally left. So I got a young lion. Hold on. I got a young lion, and he's actually younger than you. I got another young lion. You 33, Brendan. How old are you? 20 what?
24.
24. So go ahead. So go ahead and rap to him, Brendan. I got another lion. There go the phenom right there. Have at it. Go ahead, him, Brendan. What you got to say to this brother? What you got to say to this brother?
First of all, I just wanted to ask, like, what was the argument again? That your main argument? Like, what was the whole conversation about, real quick, so I'm grounded? And what
we're not African. We're not from Africa.
We don't come from Africa. He don't know where we come from. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows where we come from. Nobody knows. We're just Black Americans who need reparations for God knows what. I think we're the Aboriginal people here. We don't, so we don't know. So we don't know. So there it is. We're not African.
How funny as hell.
We're not African.
Framed you up real quick, didn't we?
I know how it goes though. I watch this kind of stuff all the time. Go ahead.
Framed them up.
Yeah. We're not from Africa, Brendan. We're not from Africa. We're Black Americans. We don't know how we got here. There it is.
Essentially.
All right. So if someone came on from the other races and said that you are African, what would you say?
And I'll say you're African too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's all I say. That's all it is, because all humans come from Africa, right?
Okay. That's the original point.
But Asian person said you're African. I'm gonna say you're African too. What the hell are you talking about? Matter of fact, you're not older than me. Who are you to tell me who I am?
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking about the race of Asians or Europeans or Arabic or whoever tells me I'm African. I'm gonna say you're African. And on top of that, you're not older than me as a race. Tell me who I am.
So we're all part of the human race, right?
Yep.
You are a human. We're humans, right?
And the human race comes from where?
No. I'm asking. We're humans, right? Before we even get into the classification of what the classification of the different parts of the race, we are part of the human race.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we look at what is the origin point of the human race, and we said it's African. And then as we spread out over the diaspora and we started to evolve, we got the people that moved to the Caucasus. They claim themselves as European. They call themselves the European.
Can I ask real quick?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So was that? Give me the amount of millions of years ago that we came out of Africa.
Say again? I couldn't hear you.
When did we come out of Africa? How long ago?
When did we come out of Africa? It's been migration over millions of years.
Millions?
Hundreds of thousands of years.
You can't even imagine.
And as we evolve. Say again?
I said, we can't even imagine that. We can't fathom 100 million years, huh?
Oh, I can.
Thousands.
I can. I'm an aerospace engineer, so I work with those kinds of numbers. So
that's fine, bro. Like, I got a question. Do y'all think that matters in the grand scheme of things?
Don't shame them.
You can't shame me.
Wait. No, I'm asking.
It ain't about what you do in your title family. I asked you a simple question. If I'm African,
I answered it, and I said that I can fathom those numbers.
Okay, that's fine. We all came out of African hundreds of thousands of years ago, or millions, or whatever random number.
No. You asked me. You said, "Can I fathom the numbers?" And I said, "Yeah, I can fathom the numbers."
You can't fathom what life will be like in 100 million years from now. Can't fathom. You can't fathom what life will be like 100 million years from now, let alone 100 million years ago.
We can. That's why we build the model. We can. That's why we build models based on the data that we have, and then extrapolate to make sure that we can predict what life could be like with the models that we have. We can't predict without the data.
Okay, but a prediction is a prediction fact?
No, it's a prediction.
All right, thank you. That's a theory, huh?
No, that's not a theory. That's a prediction. A prediction is the basis of the scientific. What?
It's a prediction.
A prediction is what's being proven. That's the whole point of the scientific process. You make an observation, you gather data, you make a prediction based off the observation, and if it's factual, you put that into a body of work, and then it's verified. And if it's verified fact and it's still tested, it becomes a theory. Did you guess that? Just making sure. I don't know if like the call dropped or anything.
I'm listening to you.
All right.
But you ain't. That's what I'm saying.
Saying what?
You ain't. That means nothing. And the point of the matter is, if I'm African, there's no such thing as Jewish history. There's no such thing as European history. There's no such thing as history. All African.
So it's all African history.
Basically, that's what you're telling me. You're telling me I can't be.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
African.
You didn't ask me what I thought. You didn't ask me. I mean, I was just
letting the world know. I'm putting it on. I'm putting it on blast. I'm not African. And
You're not African.
There's no model. There's no numbers. There's no predictions that can prove that I'm from Africa.
So we can't look at your biology. We can't look at your DNA, your genealogy, and discover the roots of where we can trace you back to where you came from.
Some of my DNA pops up in the Americas.
Correct.
So where are we gonna go from there?
Back further. That's called history.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm like you said, that's what history is.
DNA is the highest point of DNA that I have in Africa is 26.
All right, hold on.
And that's, like they said, that's entertainment, so that's not even real. So how do we know?
No, hold on. Okay, so we can break it down to even modern terms. Yeah. You know that your parents are your parents how?
Because I came from them.
Okay, and you know that their parents are their parents how?
Because they came from them, and guess what they told me? They said, you're not African.
Okay, and then if you
listen to your theory, or should I listen to my parents' oral history?
This isn't a theory. And okay, you're listening to your... Huh?
What holds more credibility, the oral history of my family, on top of that documentation and paperwork, or
anthropology,
or millions of years ago?
Anthropology
holds more weight. Millions of years of data points, or
the only reason why y'all are telling me I'm from Africa is because we came out African millions of years ago, right?
No, that's not true. So what no humans millions of years ago. No humans are millions of years ago. No humans.
All right, so what makes me African?
Because you was a part of the largest forced migration on planet Earth, bro.
No, I wasn't.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he was. It's the largest forced migration on planet Earth.
All right. Hold on. Hey, bro. What makes you black? What makes you Black American?
What makes me Black American?
What makes you Black American? Please, because I'm Black. If you're Black American, I'm Black American.
Because I'm from here. My grandparents are from here, and their line goes all the way back
to what?
To America. Where does yours go back to?
That goes back, well, let's see. My family started in Asiatic Native American on my mom's side, slaves from Mississippi. And then we got slaves brought over from the islands on my dad's side from South Florida. All right. And where did those slaves come from? They came from Africa. Where did the Asiatic Native Americans from the fifth migration of Native Americans? They came over from the Asian side. And where did they migrate from?
Give me the date. When did your great grandparents get to America?
I'm not sure.
Why not?
Because we don't have that history.
Thank you. But I got mine, but you had the nerve to sit here and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about.
I didn't say you didn't know what you were talking about.
I am. I ain't gonna say that's disrespectful. I'm not gonna say it.
Say it. Just say it,
bro. Because it don't make sense.
Say it.
You're lost trying to tell me who I am. It doesn't make sense.
I'm not lost.
You're lost, bro.
I'm not. I can pull up my family tree. I really could.
I can name all the way back. Like I even got some of my white ancestors. I don't even know if they're white because you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, there were swarthy Europeans that came over here. It doesn't mean that they were white. But I can go all the way back to the 1500s in England.
Okay. And we're in my lineage. Look.
Yeah.
Okay, so look.
I haven't found them coming off slave ships, but I have found a Native American documentation here.
Okay, cool. So that means you still have more history or more research to do. Right?
No, because you can only go back as far as colonization happened.
No, because if that's the case,
colonization, when they came over here, they wouldn't you got to understand, when the U.S. first came here, they only had 13 colonies, 12 official colonies, one extra 13, which is what, Delaware or whatever, somewhere like.
Yeah, and that's the United States, right?
Look.
I'm
trying to tell you, they only had 13 colonies. They did not have control of all of these lands. They did.
Yes, but who had control? Who had control? Who else was a part of the slave trade?
They waged war. Like, have you ever heard of the Pan American slave trade?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, who else was part of that? Say again?
Everybody didn't come from Africa. Some people were already here, and that's common sense. That's even documented.
Yes, they were here. There were people here.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
And they were black. And more than likely, that's my ancestry.
If they were black, well, hold on, wait. If they were black and we just said that they originated from Africa,
No. My family didn't originate from Africa unless you're talking millions of years ago. Then you're gonna have to show me the paperwork, and I don't believe it. I put oral history and paperwork over what your theory talks about any day of the week in the
Okay, so let me hear you right, brother. You just said I put oral history. Let's pause. That's a really good point, brother Ankh. He just said he said I put oral history and paperwork ahead of any theory. Let's start with the paperwork. Right? Let's talk about the paperwork, brother. So you do know that there were logs that were kept of ancestors that were brought, our ancestors who were brought from different places. The Europeans kept logs.
Yes, ma'am.
Logs, of different ships. Hold on, different ships that were coming out of Africa, out of the Caribbean, right? Coming to America. There were logs. There's a paper trail. So how can you sit here and say you don't believe that we come from Africa and that you subscribe to or you adhere to the paperwork when we've seen the paperwork? Don't let me do it to you, brother. Don't let me go back in the census reports right now and go all the way back to the 1700s and do it to you, brother.
Nah,
I don't want to do it live. I don't want to do it live. I don't want to do it live. Listen to what I'm saying, brother. I don't want to do that to you.
You have to say
the paperwork shows the logs, the amount of they called it cargo, the cargo that was brought here from which African country, the number of people who were on that ship. There's a whole documentary. Wait a minute, brother, because I let you build. There was a whole documentary. Matter of fact, Zora Neale Hurston, who is a Black American. Have you read her work? Let's stop there. Zora Neale Hurston. Have you read her work? Okay. Well, Zora Neale Hurston has a book called Barracoon. You should read it. It's about a story of a man named Cudjoe Lewis who was snatched. He was a con man who was snatched when he was 18, and he was brought on a Clotilda, which was a ship that was financed by some white boys down in Mississippi, Alabama. And they say this was the last ship that came to the Americas after they outlawed slavery. So what she did was our great ancestor, Zora Neale Hurston, she used to travel the South and capture the stories of our ancestors. And so anyway, they created a whole documentary. You can watch it tonight on Netflix called The Descendants. They have a town down in Mississippi. I believe it's Mississippi or Alabama. Tell me out in the chat, family. And it's called Alabama. Africa. It's called Africa Town, brother. And so even in our work, hold on, our Black Americans that you say you love so much acknowledge their African roots. If you talk about Booker T. Washington, you should read the book called Booker T. Washington in Africa by Dr. Taryn Wright. Even Booker T. Washington acknowledged our African roots. Even W.E.B. Du Bois acknowledged our African roots. Even Carter G. Woodson, all of our great Black American people. Where do you think Pan-Africanism came from? Don't let me talk about Martin Delaney. Don't let me get started on, hold on. Let me don't let me start talking about David Walker's appeal. David Walker's appeal. Don't let me get started on Henry Highland Garnett. A lot of Black American people, we acknowledged our African roots so much so that when we were emancipated from slavery, a lot of our organizations, a lot of our churches, a lot of our schools, you know what we called them? Africa. That's what we called them. Africa. I'm going to say that again. If you go and read our history, that's why Brother Ankh asked you, do you even know Black American history? Because if you knew Black American history, then you would know post-emancipation when we started building up our own communities, when we started building up our own schools, when we started opening our churches. What did we call it? Africa. AME Church. AME. We called it African
Methodist Episcopal Church.
Come on. So when we were emancipated, that's why he asked you, do you know your Black American history? Because if you listen to, hold on, let me finish because I listened to you and the young brother Bill. So when we were able to build our own communities, when we built our own institutions, our spiritual institutions, our educational institutions, we started the free, even our newspapers. So shout out the brother Rob Bourne and those brothers at MBK and Each One Teach One. Even our newspapers were called Free Africa. For Africa, Africa this. So we name newspapers. We call newspapers Africa. We named our churches. Our churches started begin with Africa.
That's
our mutual, hold on. Our mutual aid societies. What do they call them? Africa. And this was from Black Americans, brother.
Yeah, Black Americans that have been enslaved for what, 200 years. They've been brainwashed.
So they forgot. So they forgot.
So
Cudjo Lewis. So Cudjo Lewis. Hold on. So Cudjo Lewis. Hold on. Let me talk, because I let you build, brother. I let you build. That's why I had to mute you. I let you talk for like 20 or 30 minutes, and I didn't say anything. So Cudjo Lewis. Hold on. Hey, Jalen, go get the book. Hand me the book so I can show him the book cover. Hand me your book. See, that's why they say reading is fundamental. So this book right here by Zora Neale Hurston, this is her book by Cudjo Lewis, who was enslaved. Look at this, the story of the last black cargo, written in his own words. So he forgot that he was a Khan. He was enslaved so much so that he forgot that he was a Khan. He tells you in the book exactly where he's from. He tells you where everybody were when they were all trapped in the barracoons. And you know who wrote this book? An African American, Zora Neale Hurston. So you saying we forgot?
That's one man's story.
Oh my God, man! You want some more stories? Hold on. You want some more stories?
There's other stories that say.
Let me beat you out again. Hold on. Let me show you some more stories. Brother. Let me show you some more stories, because I'm getting hot right now. Hold on. I'm getting hot right now. Hold on. Let me show him some more stories. Hold on. Let me build. Hey, girl. Hold on. Hold up. Let's go here. Hold up. Let's go here, brother. That's only one story. This is when you could tell people don't read. Hold on, brother. Let me show you. What about this book right here? Incidents in the Life of a Slave Girl. Hold on. Hold up, Ricky. Let me mute you, brother. Don't unmute yourself. Let me build. It's only one story. Now you're done. Because I read, brother. This is what I do. So what about this? What about by Harriet Ann Jacobs? Incidents of the Life of a Slave Girl. Her autobiography. Hold on, brother. There's more. Hold on. Hold on, brother. No. I don't need them books, Jay. I don't need to beat him up with these books. He don't read. He don't read. Narrative of a Slave. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Is that a Black American? The great Black abolitionist Frederick Douglass, who wrote his own autobiography entitled Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American Slave? Oh my goodness, Ricky, you just said it was only one book, that Barracoon was one book, but then you had Incidents of a Slave Girl by Harriet Ann Jacobs. Oh my goodness, then we got another autobiography of Frederick Douglass. Oh my goodness, Ricky, no, Ricky. It's plenty of autobiographies, Ricky, out there of our brothers and sisters talking about them coming from Africa, them being enslaved. It's plenty of documentaries, plenty of evidence. So what are we really talking about here?
I can talk.
Go ahead. Yeah, you can talk. Hold on, because I'm going to bring out some other receipts. I'm getting ready to bring out some receipts. Go ahead.
That's a couple stories. You have just as many stories.
Oh my God.
You have just as many stories of people as.
First, it wasn't one. First, it was only one. First, it was only one. Now there's a couple. Make up your mind. I only had one. I only had one book. I only had one book, Ricky. I only had one book, Ricky. I only had one book, Ricky. Now it went from, it's not one, it's a couple. So if I show you 7 more, what you gonna say? Now, what is it, Ricky? I got some stuff. I got some stuff for you, Ricky.
Doesn't account for millions.
Ricky, I got some more for you, Ricky.
Wait, hold on, Dr. Maat, hold on, Ricky. You just said you couldn't fathom millions. You couldn't fathom the number a million. Like what? Then how are you gaining these data points, bro?
I said millions of years, bro. Like you got
millions a million. What do you mean?
No, you can't fathom a million years. You don't know what the Earth looked like. You don't know what the biology of the world was. You don't know what the atmosphere of the world was a million years ago. Nobody knows the animals that were on this planet. You don't know what human life was like day to day a million years ago. Like, come on, give it up. You don't know a million years ago.
The mind is a terrible to race, family. The
I
mind
swear
is
to God.
the mind is a terrible The mind is a terrible thing to waste, family. Hold on. Let me mute you out real quick, Ricky. Let me mute everybody out. Hold on, let me mute everybody. I'm about to mute you too, Brendan. Hold on. You about to get muted too. Hold on, man. I'm trying to say something here. Like I said, family, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Make sure, family, that you get in. Make sure that you get up here. See, Ricky is a prime example of why your kids should be at science fair on June the 10th at 3 p.m. All right? Because people who are scientifically literate, they won't make the mistakes that Ricky is making tonight, okay? Scientific literacy is a must in our communities. Family, make sure that you're here on June the 10th, that you're in Brooklyn, New York at 3 p.m. Family, I see over 200 people are watching. I'm going to drop the GoFundMe link in the chat. If you could all just donate a minimum of $10 tonight, we would have a couple $1,000s for this science fair. We're going to bring all the Black children from around the country here to look at, to witness and experience STEM, science, technology, engineering, okay, and mathematics. So make sure, family, that you're in the building for the ZIACS Conscious Community Black Agenda Science Fair, June the 10th from 3 p.m. until, all right, they say this is the first all-Black science fair in Brooklyn, New York. Make sure that you're in the building. Again, family, I just dropped the link in the chat, and I'm going to continue to drop this link in the chat. So, family, make sure that you're in the building. Also, family, here's another STEM activity. Here's another STEM project. Hold on. I want to share my screen again. Make sure that you're in the building, family, for this. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. All right. So we're having the UACI STEM Camp 2023. Okay, is the dates are June the 20th through June the 20th through July the 1st. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Make sure that you register your kids ASAP. Okay, so we have a virtual component. We also have an in-person component. All right, so with the in-person component, will be down in Columbia, South Carolina. The virtual component will be online. So, family, make sure that you have your children enrolled in this program. We need to be pushing scientific literacy. I love my brother Ricky. I do. I love him a lot. But this is what happens when our children aren't scientifically literate. This is what happens when our children don't know our history. So in this STEM camp, family, your child is going to be exposed to AI, cybersecurity, coding, electric circuits, and our Black history. So I just dropped the link in the chat, family. So make sure that you register. We only have 15 slots for the virtual component, and we only have 15 slots, okay, for the in-person component. All right. Lastly, family, before I let you go, I feel like before I let go, before I let you go, family, got to get these shout outs in. Family, make sure that you're in the building tomorrow. Oops, I went to the wrong one. Make sure that that's the wrong one. Oops, that's the wrong one. Here, oh my gosh. Let me stop share. Okay, I'll share this one. Make sure, family, you're in the building tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Black African Power Lecture Series. I have Baba Imhotep Fatiyu coming on to talk about African manhood in the 21st century. Brother Ricky, I hope that you in the building tomorrow, because Brother Ricky, you need to learn about African manhood, because if you did, brother, you wouldn't be acting the way you're acting tonight. So, family, make sure that you're in the building for African manhood in the 21st century. The lecture is going down tomorrow. Baba Imhotep Fatiyu tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've already generated the link. All you got to do is go to my YouTube channel, click on notify me, and to set a reminder. All right. So y'all can have at it. I'll unmute everybody. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it now.
Gotta keep shooting shots at me though, man.
That's funny.
That ain't cool at all.
You done threw so many bricks at me, it was ridiculous.
He started
he started the brick, the
bug
slinging. He started the brick throwing. Then talking about you
slinging.
And then you throwing shots at me. Okay.
I'll never belittle y'all.
Wait, hey, Doc. Hold on, Doc. Wait, Doc. I want to get this straight. I want to make sure, Doc. Did I jump on here attacking him, belittling him out the gate?
Not at all.
Y'all did. Yeah, watch the
I
tape.
started the first show.
Watch the tape.
We gonna watch it.
No, hold on.
No, you didn't.
All I did was pick up a book, yo, and you start talking crazy.
He did.
Cut me off.
All right.
That's all I did. How is that belittling you? I'm confused. Like, I swear, y'all, like, I know when I do stuff. Tell me, was it before you or after you? Hold on. Was it before you or after you?
Let me tell y'all.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You said you 30. Yeah, I used to be that age. I used to be just like you. And then you get
That's
going.
true.
So that's wrong. I'm telling you,
That's just
like that's wrong.
That's just y'all trying to throw shots before the
forget it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna throw a shot. Y'all soft as hell this generation. They soft.
Yeah.
I didn't even admit.
Throw the shot. Throw the shots. Throw the shots. Throw the turn up. Turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up.
Straight. I want to be a better person today. So you basically saying you ain't trying to hear somebody say that. I used to do the same thing you used to do.
Because you didn't.
But I did.
How you gonna tell this man? How you gonna tell this man?
All right, man. All right, man.
He said your thought process.
The way you thinking about it.
The way you're thinking about it.
He don't got this mind. We're all different.
No, I'm not saying.
No, you're right. I don't have that mind. You're right, brother.
Yeah,
I
agree. Another shot. I agree.
I don't have that right. Yeah, I agree. I don't have that mind. You got me beat. Yeah, you got me beat.
You got me.
You got me beat. You right. I don't have that mind.
You right.
Ricky, you right. I don't have that mind.
Her flavor is different. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, Ricky, I'm not saying we're the same. I'm just simply saying the mistakes that was made in the anthropological discussion is the same.
There was no mistake
I was
because
making.
this discussion wasn't about
That's what I was saying. I didn't say it was, but what we end up saying.
And it's not about me being some.
And I know, so that's a mistake. So that's a mistake. No, they don't come out of Africa millions of years ago. I said it. Shout out to Montoya. All right, mental dialogue, right? 60,000 years. They got two migrations, one is 60,000, one is 100,000 years old. Montoya, text that to me.
When do I cease to be African? When do I cease to be African?
Never. Nobody never. Hold
on. I like you. I like that.
We're African apes. We're African apes.
Chinese cease to be
African. Never. Fundamentally speaking, all humans on Earth is African.
So do we get the Chinese man's history? Do we get to contribute his history?
No, you talking real fast.
Do we get to contribute their history to African?
Absolutely not.
All right,
I don't like to do that.
So you're not.
I don't like to do that.
Black American history.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying you switch from we was talking Listen, we was talking evolution and biology. Then you switch it to culture. So we have distinct cultures.
These are different conversations. These are two different conversations.
Yeah, you shift real fast.
Piece is justice for Black Americans. That's my expertise.
Yeah, but you playing. See.
Gonna get my daughter, ain't gonna get my daughter no fair life. It ain't gonna do none of that. Where I can give two fucks about anthropology and science that happen millions of years.
But that's not true,
bro. Yes, it will though.
It will. Are you hear what this man said he was?
Black Americans. Did
you hear what this young brother your age said he was, yo? You science is doing something for him.
We don't. Me and him ain't the same. He from somewhere else. He said.
No,
from Florida.
Talking about his job. What he doing?
People ain't the same as mine. We come from.
Where you from? Where you from?
I'm from Tennessee.
All right, I'm from Mississippi and Florida.
No, the Trailer Tier. I'm from Bradley County, the last capital of Cherokee Nation.
All right, I'm from Lakeland, Florida. Look it up.
On my history, there's very black towns up there.
Okay, look it up. Look up Lakeland, Florida. Look up Imperial Polk County.
Play me or my history or what I know because y'all don't want to take it with heed.
I'm not playing your history. I didn't say anything about your history. Bro, I can relate. I can relate more to you than they can. I can relate more to you than they can.
My
from the South.
My knowledge is from a multitude of things. I'm not the type. I'm the type to watch, listen, and read everything.
Oh man,
I'm not pick up this one book and be like, "Oh, this."
Listen, hey, look, bro. Listen. Even though you picking up all this information, you need to have a filtering system to understand what's true and what's not.
Yeah, my filtering system is I'm not Black, I'm not African. Y'all need to have a filtering system. Y'all need to learn how to filter Africa and keep it in Africa. That's y'all problem. Y'all not me.
No.
Okay, but hold on.
See, then is that a shot?
In Africa, I'm in America, and I'm all about Black Americans, and I'm about our justice.
But don't you think we agree to that?
If y'all don't see what's going on around y'all in real time right now, the problem is y'all.
All right, man. Okay, I'll be part of the problem, and hopefully one day I'll become part of the solution. So I'm simply saying that no one is trying to take away from our African Americanness or Blackness in America. So I'm the first person. Hold on, I'm the first person to say that. Look, brother, check this out, man. I want to make sure I help my community here first. I'm the first guy to say that. Right? And they threw tomatoes at me for it. Okay. So I'm not trying to shame you. I'm simply saying that I advocate right? For building, first of all, a strong family at home. I advocate that. Shout out to my twins that graduated college. That's big up for me. I love that part right there. Right. So they're going to be functional Black Americans going into the community, bro. All right. And so I advocate strong communities because I helped tear down a community once upon a time. I don't want to get into all that, but I definitely advocate saving our community. See, like when you walk out your door, right, you should fix that first. So I'm a 1,000% advocate of that. I'm not running to Africa to fix nothing. I want to fix it first. And we can walk and chew gum at the same time. Understand that. And don't knock people that want to go over there and help. So me, you, young brother right here, we doing that right now, right? So you act like we saying don't fight for being Black and proud. You wild for that. No, we not doing that, bro.
No,
on the same page.
I'm about to say
Look,
that's why I'm like,
advocate you with that.
I respect Africa and what they got going on, but we're not the same. There's nothing about me that's African. There's
Okay,
hold on. There's nothing about my culture. There's nothing about my people. You can look at my people, the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we do anything we do. You can tell we're not African.
Yeah, that's what you do, though.
Hold on.
That's what you do.
Go to a church.
Switch
Go
up.
to a church on Sunday in Black America, and then go to one in Africa, and you're gonna know who different.
You go to a voodoo ceremony. You mean the same type of thing.
I'm not talking. Let's just go by praise.
Man, they dancing and doing the same thing. We're
not the same people.
Man. All right, man.
If I'm
what's the framework for this conversation? Are we talking culture or are we talking anthropology?
Yeah, he keeps running back and forth.
We're talking culture.
Culture is part of anthropology, but you take a biological conversation. If that's what he's doing, he's mixing biology, right, with culture. It's two separate. Like one is biology, one is culture.
I know. So
you're doing it on purpose. Now I believe you're doing it on purpose. Like that's just.
So let me talk to him. So if we talking culture, that's the only thing that differentiates us in the human race, which is why Asians can call themselves Asians. And then you can make subcultures of the Asiatic where you got the Japanese, right? You got the Chinese, you got the Koreans, you got the Taiwanese, and then where you go? Then you go to the Africans, right? What do you got? You got the Congolese, you got the Nigerian, right? And then we can move outward of that, the mainland Africa, go to the African diaspora of where everybody was dispersed to during the slave trades.
No, you can't. No, you can't say.
Bro, can I talk? Damn.
The artifacts say that's not true,
bro. Okay, look.
Can I
finish my thought, please?
Too much proof out here, bro.
Can I finish my thought, please?
Listen to lies.
Can I finish my thought? What? Can I finish my thought?
Can you?
Will you let me?
Yeah, just don't say no BS, fam.
I ain't saying no BS. All right. Hey, come on now. Don't disrespect me, bro. Don't disrespect me. All right. Look. So like I was saying, the same way the cultures change as we move to these different places, as we migrate, and whatever mode of migration happens, then we build the subcultures. So when we got moved to the Americas, or when we moved to the islands and then migrated to the Americas, we developed these subcultures within our diaspora, right? And then we broke it down even more to communal. So now we started what? When we left Africa, some people moved to Europe, some people moved to Asia. Can we agree on that?
I don't know. I ain't agreeing on no theory. I'm gonna be real. I'm not agreeing on the theory, fam.
Can you just look the word up though? Can you use Google and look it up like you was about to do?
I told you, and I'm standing by what I said. I'm not.
No, I'm saying, can you just look the word? I remember you said, "Don't get you." You would like to look it up. I do the same. If I don't know something, I'll look. Can you just look up what it?
If Stephen Hawking came up to me and said, "Well, the Earth came because asteroids hit each other and it was a big bang," I'm gonna look at him like crazy. I don't give a damn what he say. That's not it.
So I'm black. So why you ain't listening to me then? I'm black. Why? How come I'm being ignored here?
You're not being ignored. I'm just letting y'all know, like, I'm not here for an anthropology lesson because okay, it's fine if every race of human came out of Africa.
So why talk anthropology then?
We're talking culture.
Africa, it's fine if every race in the world came out of Africa millions of years ago, but that doesn't make me
They
African.
didn't come out millions of years ago,
makes
man.
me African, there's no such thing as an Asian. There's no such thing as a white European. There's no such thing as
man.
Bro,
I mean, do you do it on purpose? Is he doing this on purpose, though?
I'm letting you know.
No, you do it on purpose, man.
The
You
world
know, we
is
can ask, but by the time we get off this, by the time we get off this show, man, we can actually come to an agreement on this.
Bro,
but you fail to do certain things. You fail to define terms. I say, why don't you just look it up? Look up what a scientific theory is. It's different from just a theory. So you're actually looking at the conversation through a misunderstanding of terminology. So when scientists have have terminology and terms, right? And the general public have terms. So if you keep looking through the lenses of the general public on a biological conversation, you're going to be mixed up. And I'm trying to tell you, I remember when I didn't know that little bit of information right there. You bashed me for saying that. Listen, you bashed me for actually saying that, bro. I used to do the same thing. I used to misdefine terms. So it takes you 1 second using Google to say, what's the difference between a theory and a scientific theory? And then I understand that you're honest, brother. You come back and say, you know what? I actually had the term wrong. So if we define things wrong and then try to use it, it mess up the conversation, bro.
I don't care about scientific theory and the
no,
theory.
well, stop saying it then.
All I know.
No,
all
man,
I know
stop,
is
man.
that,
See,
all I know is that it's not
I got
fact.
you now. You're doing it on purpose. No, you have a fact. You have a scientific fact. See, you just did it again. And if I say this too much, you'll say I'm trying to shame you. I'm actually not. I'm trying to put the conversation like that's not true. That's what I'm saying.
So you don't know 100% fact. No questions asked. You'll bet your life upon it that we came up out of Africa.
Yeah, I bet my life on it as of 2023, bro. And more available information says different. That's how science works.
That's how science works. That's just how science works.
It's not a religion where you stuck with Jesus Christ died for your sins. It's not that.
You
can't never change it.
I don't think it's that, but y'all also speaking as if y'all have done the work, and that's white man.
We don't have to. It's called reading the book, bro.
Because listen, I'm gonna tell you right now.
How can you do everything?
I'm gonna tell you right now. History has been so whitewashed and lied about. You can't believe nothing unless you do the test on your own. And that's how I feel.
I remember I asked you earlier. I said go to a library. I said go to a local library.
Until we're not living under this system that we're living under, there's nothing that you can show me that comes up out of these universities that I will take as fact.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Now you beat up universities now.
When it comes to
so how do you expect to have? How do you expect to move forward?
I don't. They lie.
How do you expect to fight for reparations?
Hold on. Reparations. Ricky. Do you know who Anthony T. Browder is?
Yes. I'm friends with him on Facebook. Yes. I know who he is.
So what? So what's the issue?
I don't have to agree with him because I know his name.
No. I'm not saying that. Do you know his body of work? Do you know what he's doing right now?
Yeah. Egyptology and all of that, yes.
No. Not just that. Like, do you know his full body of work? Do you understand what he's tracing back? Do you understand how he's tracing back the lineage? Do you see his methods that he's employing?
What is he doing?
Do you see how he's going over and connecting artifacts, gathering data points, making extrapolations? And if he's wrong, he gains more data to try to see if he's wrong or moves into a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's fine.
So
that's fine. But when
wait. Quick question.
Hold on. The father what's the father of anthropology's name? That they his curriculum is in Harvard and everything else.
He says
that we don't come from Africa.
Bro, you just said you don't care about what happens in universities. You just said do your own work.
There's other arguments out here other than we come from Africa. Let's put all chips on the table.
Name it. Name it. You got your chance right now. Help us out. I want to be part of the process to know what you know. Could you name the other the other opposing theory to the out of Africa? Do you have one? You just said you do. What's the other stuff you talking about?
Let's go mute out. Let's mute out. Go ahead.
I'm gonna mute out. Go ahead, bro.
Everybody muted.
I'm gonna try to make this a common sense thing. Like every continent has things that are special to the continent. You know what I'm saying? Like you got different plants. You got different plants that are aboriginal to this land versus in Africa versus everywhere else. Why can't people be like?
Oh, that's a question.
Like you got different types of baboons that are over here versus in Africa, or let's say tigers and big cats. Like they're all similar, but do they all come from one place?
So basically speaking, you could actually look those answers up. Listen, no, you messing it up,
because
which is okay. Which is okay.
The soil is different, you get different things.
No, you gotta stop, man.
That's how I feel.
You know, you got listen. Watch this. You routinely keep saying about common sense. Listen, you routinely talk about common sense. When I'm telling you that science mostly ain't common sense. It's actually counterintuitive. So you should know about the 3 domains of life. I'm not trying to shame you, but it's 3 domains to life. Archaea, bacteria, and eukaryotic, right? The universal ancestor, bro. Like all life extends from that. This is what the theory of evolution is talking about, right? That all life, right, extends from the universal common ancestor, and it's based off of diversity, based off of different environments. That's why you have different diverse types of people, because they migrate to different environments.
That
as a matter of fact,
did you say it again? You said different. Did you say different?
I said different environments.
You said different, didn't you? What does different mean?
Environments.
What does and you said it makes different?
No, I'm saying different environments. No, but you still
you just said it.
Okay, so all right, let me say this. You trying to be funny now, because
you literally just said it.
No, you actually, your brain switches on and switches off on purpose. Whenever you get to a spot where you start to learn, hold on. I've learned through this conversation, whenever you get to a spot where it goes against what you thought you knew and it kind of make you wobble a little bit, you start smiling. That's how I know you kind of got it. So after this conversation, these things we say, you will look them up. Trust me.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious to me. Because y'all have
years from now, you're gonna look back at the conversation.
You have an ideology that you want to push. Yes, you do.
No, I'm not.
And you have.
I'm not. What do I want to push? Science. Hold on.
You're reading books that were given to you by historical fucking liars, and you want me to believe just that? I don't believe that. I think they're lying. There's more. There's more to stuff. There's more to things than what the world knows.
Okay, Ricky. Okay, can I ask you a question?
I don't believe it's cut and paste. I don't believe the world is like. I don't believe it's black and white. I believe.
Okay, cool. So Ricky, let me ask you a question. You told me to do my own work to figure out what is being done.
Yeah.
What are you doing, and how are you verifying it?
What am I doing? I just told you oral history and documentation.
Which means
if my grandparents told me I'm not African, guess what I'm gonna say?
Okay. And if someone else's and then if someone else's grandparent
stranger walks up that doesn't even know his background tells me what I am, I'm gonna look at him like he's stupid. Because he is stupid.
Okay. And now is it the same people in your community? All of them have the same idea, the same mindset?
A black man that I speak to on a daily, like when they do their lineage filing, they be like, okay, you might be onto some things. And plus on top of that, we all grew up with a grandparent that said we're Indian, we're this, we're that. Like y'all can deny if you want to, but that's oral history.
We don't gotta deny that. We all got that in our family. They all said that.
You can't throw oral history out. You can't throw it out the door because my people's word, my blood and flesh that I come from, their word trumps anybody's that you can read in a damn book. And then the documentation on top of that, like.
But it shouldn't though, bro.
Well, Ricky, when you say documentation, what do you mean?
The first book in the Bible is genealogy or Genesis, where you come from.
Ricky, when you say documentation, what do you mean?
I'm just saying we don't want to use religion as like a educational talking point because I know it really doesn't hold weight. But at the same time,
so why would you do what you just did then? If that's the point,
I'm doing it because I'm trying to make it make sense to everybody. Because the world is always.
You think we don't? You think we don't understand what you're saying right now?
Because I'm trying to say the world has always moved by ethnicity. It's not moved by what y'all talking about. And if we're talking about year 2023, and if you're looking at what's going on around you instead of looking in history and not seeing what's happening in real time and where we're going to in the future, the problem is you. The world moves on ethnicity. world does not move on race.
So why would you even use that word ethnicity?
Because I'm a different. I'm not.
So do you understand what that actually is, though?
Yeah, it's a group of people that have a common experiences, that do the same traditional things and things like it.
That's a culture.
That's part of ethnicity. That's kind of cultural ethnicity. But so now I realize, you know what I really realized? So I appreciate your answer. So now I realize you do have the ability to follow along with conversation and actually bring light to terms using proper definitions. So either you don't want to do it and you having fun.
Listen,
hold on. No, listen, because you actually took a definition from a white boy right there.
Did he?
You actually did that. So
did.
I see you pick and choose when you want to use European definitions. You pick and choose. So what I'm asking you is stay consistent and you be good with me.
What you mean use European?
Because you said ethnicity and we could look it up and you was right there with it. So you got it from something. You didn't make that up.
European definition. We're speaking English. That's a language.
Okay, so now that's the bar now.
Stuff. They mean
no
stuff.
So thank you. So all I asked you to do was look up a scientific theory. You refuse to do it.
All right,
look up a scientific prediction. You refuse to do it. No, you see, you plan. No, see, you doing that again.
It's not fact.
No, it's not whatever. Okay, but you have a scientific fact.
Hey, look, hold on. Hey, let me ask him a question. Hey, Ricky, what is a fact? What is the definition of a fact?
It's not fact.
No, hey, Ricky, what's the definition of a fact, if you don't mind? Just so I know.
Undeniable.
It's undeniable.
Happened. Fact. This happened. There really is no damn. This is what happened. Anything else is a hypothesis or a theory. If you can't prove this without a shadow of a
no. That's not what a theory is, bro.
It's a fact that if I go in the water for 30 minutes, I'll more than likely will drown.
Nope,
that's not a fact. A fact isn't probabilistic. A fact is 100% true.
That's a fact. If I go in the water and never come back up, I'll die. That's a fact.
Okay.
Man,
that's a fact.
Fact is to me, it's things that you can't question.
Can you look it up though?
You can't question a fact. Yeah, you can.
Look up one thing for me. Look up one. Do this for me.
You've been questioning facts this whole time.
It's no longer a fact. It's questionable.
You have been look. Hey,
no
Ricky, can you do me a favor? Hey, Ricky, do me one favor before we get off this show, right?
Yeah.
And could you just look up one thing? Just one thing. Can we do that? What one thing do you want to look up?
Tell me.
Let's look up what a scientific theory is. Can we at least do that? Is that possible?
Because it don't matter if I'm talking about scientific theory or a theory. The point is, it's not a fact.
Nah, man. No. Actually, a theory, right, organizes the facts, brother. See? So now what do you got to say about that? Am I just making it up?
Okay. A scientific fact then.
Okay, a theory organizes scientific facts.
What I read, when I read it, they didn't say this is they said the outer Africa theory. They didn't say the outer Africa scientific theory.
No, okay, so think about it though. But they're using if they're talking about biology and science, right? Then they're actually defining what a theory is. So if it's the outer Africa theory, right? Then they're talking about it in terms of science. And so if we just pull it up, right, and we can just end this, and you will never again say what you said earlier. So watch this. A scientific theory. Hold on.
I'm not
scientific. That's fine, bro. I'm saying you can choose what you want to. A scientific theory is an explanation of an aspect of the natural world and universe, right? So the outer Africa theory, what's natural? Human beings, and it's talking about them. That has been repeatedly tested. So the outer Africa theory has been repeatedly tested and corroborated in accordance with the scientific method. Right? You should look up what the scientific method is. Look, using accepted protocols and observations, measurements, and evaluation of results. They say where possible, theories are tested under controlled conditions in an experiment, right? In circumstances not amenable to experimental testing, theories are evaluated through principles of inductive reasoning. It says established scientific theories have withstood the rigors of scrutiny, right, and embody scientific knowledge. So basically what that's saying to you is that the outer Africa theory has withstood the scrutiny, and you think that you're going to come on here and overturn it. I don't think that's the case. I just simply think you didn't understand the definition. Let me finish. I just simply think that you didn't understand the definition. And since I know you know how to read definitions, if anything you say after this point, you just been willfully ignorant at this point because you're intelligent. I know it. You read it, you seen it. Now it's time for you to change your paradigm on at least that word, brother. So don't ever say that the outer African theory is just a theory, because now you know it's been tested and they can't get around it. I'm done. Dr. Maat, I'm going to chill right now. I hope everybody got that. I think this brother has changed based off of that. He will no longer say what he said no more.
Withhold evidence. Nobody can argue. These people are known for withholding evidence. You don't have all the evidence. These people
they didn't hide that though. They didn't hide that bit of evidence.
They lie about everything.
Yeah, okay, but they didn't lie about what the theory was, though. That's fine.
Everything in your life,
yeah, whatever.
Your reality,
everything. Yeah, I know. Right. I'm not mad at you, but you do understand what a scientific theory is, and now you know what the outer Africa theory is. It's a scientific theory.
I still don't think it's real, because if you withhold evidence, if I'm in a court of law and
do
they
you
come
hear what
up
you're
with,
saying though?
Don't
use court of law. No,
if
don't
they
do
come
none
up
of
with
that.
this story, once I introduce new evidence, that theory goes out the window. And if they're withholding evidence,
there's a way to overthrow a theory, though.
More evidence out
there's
there.
Actually a way. Hold on. I'm not saying that it's stuck. There's actually a way to overthrow a theory. And let me explain that to you in 2 seconds. The way you overthrow a scientific theory is to come up with another theory that explains everything that the outer African theory explains, and then add some more to it. And then you can safely overthrow that theory, brother. So see, now we learn, and now I'm teaching.
No,
now you're a different person.
All it takes is one piece of evidence. All it takes is one piece of evidence to destroy all the scientific theory.
That's not how science works. Listen, science is not. That's not how science works. That's not how science works. See, you think that's how science works.
You can't
listen.
use DNA.
So, do you want to know or not?
DNA is not what you're talking about.
You switching the conversation now. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the scientific theory and the outer African theory. I'm not going to let you run me around the board and play whack-a-mole. We're not doing that, because we're in a sweet spot right now. We're at the point where you actually can understand what a theory is and how theories can be overthrown. You're in a good space right now. I refuse to run anywhere else with you at this point. I'm not moving. I'm going to stay right here for you so that you can tell your babies what a scientific theory is the way I told my babies. And we won't be messing that up, bro. I think we right where we need to be at this particular point.
You trying to hammer it down with a nail and hammer on that point, but the whole point of me getting on this live was, when it comes to reparations,
we cool. I like that. Switch that. You know what?
Because
that's the whole we're moving now.
That's the whole purpose of this conversation.
You're right, bro. Hey, Doc, me out. He got the point now. No, he got the point. Hey, Dr. Maat, he got the point now. He got the point. You got the point. I appreciate you, bro. Let's move the conversation. You're right. You got that, though. Appreciate you, bro.
I'm not African, family.
You keep saying that. I won't call you African ever again. You are who you say you are. You have the right as a human being to say, I'm not African. I'm a moon man. I ain't mad at you.
I just said I'm Black American.
And I appreciate that. I'm Black American too.
Say moon man. You can try to belittle me all you want to, but
that was a joke. Come on. So now we can't. So now we at the age where can't nobody crack. We can't have fun now. Now that's belittlement.
So your kids don't end up like y'all do that all the time. Like that's
no.
Cool.
I said, listen. But hold on. I have a general concern. For young Black people.
People that lie.
I'm not here to make you believe in anything. I'm not here to try to diminish you and your God. I'm not doing that. I'm simply saying there's a body of established information that we should give to our children if we so choose. That's all I'm saying.
What does all of that have to do with reparations? That's my question.
Well, stop talking about I'm not African and out African.
I'm not African. When it comes to these reparations, I'm Black American. Now give me my damn reparations. Then we can talk about African later. Africa shouldn't even be brought up when we're talking about a justice claim for Black Americans, what Black Americans specifically went through, what Earth ethnicity been through.
Let me
Like
ask you a question.
hold on.
Brother, are you do you listen, brother? Hold on, all right, okay. So, brother, do you listen? Do you listen to Tariq Nasheed? Are you a Tariq Nasheed fan? Do you listen to Tariq and ADOS? Like what's her name? What's her name? Tariq Nasheed, and what's the other sister name with Tone Talks? What's her name? Family Yvette Carnell. Do you listen to Yvette Carnell and them?
How about Lord Abba?
You listen to Lord
Abba? He does a good job.
Yeah. You listen to them brothers and sisters?
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
It's kind of spotty.
Yeah, we can. You kind of breaking up. That's all.
All right. What I'm saying is, I listen to everybody. I already told y'all this. You asked me if I listened to Dane Calloway earlier. I told you I listen to everyone.
That's your problem.
I can tell.
Hold on.
I can tell. We got you all over the place.
Yeah,
I listen to John. I listen to John. Hold on. I listen. Y'all gonna let me speak? Y'all ain't just gonna keep over talking me. I wish I could mute y'all asses.
We just being like you now.
Exactly. We give you the same energy. We give you the same energy you've been giving us. We've been giving you the same energy you give us, and then it's a problem. That's the problem.
Ain't no problem to me. I can't mute nobody.
I'm muting you because I want to talk. I'm muting you because I want to talk. Let me tell you something. You know what I notice about this generation, Brother Ankh? They give out the energy. Tell me in the chat, have you all noticed it, or is it just Dr. Maat? They dish out the energy. And then when it come back, they become the victims.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm just Brendan. Brendan, Brendan, I done taught over 1,000. You met my students. You came to Morgan. I'm not speaking off the top of my head. I'm speaking from my experience every day. I teach over 100 students every day, Monday through Friday. I got over 100 students. And what I am saying to you, what I have noticed, and let me mute y'all because I keep hearing background noise. So everybody's muted. Ricky, it's not just you. Everybody's muted. And so what I've noticed in this generation, and like I said, this isn't something that I'm just off the top of my head just speaking of. Like I said, Brendan, you came to the lab. You met me at Morgan. You came in my lab on a Saturday. You saw my students. So I'm not capping right now when I mention my students. I noticed in this generation, been teaching for 6 years at Morgan, that this generation you all can't take what you hand out. You all can't dish what you get. And so, you all will throw out things and say things. You'll jab somebody. When they jab you back, it's like, oh, you wasn't supposed to do that. But it's like, wait a minute. You jabbed me. And not only did you jab me once, you jabbed me like 2-3 times. And I took it because I know that you are an egg. Let me explain what I mean by an egg. You all have a hard exterior, but you're yolk. So you know how an egg have a really hard exterior, but as soon as you crack it, it's nothing but yolk inside. I always call this generation eggs. It's a lot of eggs around here with a hard exterior, but they're full of yolk. And so I noticed when we give you all the same energy, then it becomes an issue. Since this brother has been on the platform, family, right now, what I want you all to do is go back and listen to the beginning of discussion. He came out so aggressive. Rah! To the point, hold on, bro. Hold on. We got it on film, Ricky. You can't deny it. We got it on film. The family right now is over 267 people watching. He came out, and Brother Ankh and I had to say, wait a minute, young brother. You're going to see me go like this, y'all. Wait a minute, young brother. Wait, calm down. This is what I said. Calm down. Let's have an intellectual conversation. So I started talking to him like this. And he was, rah, rah. And Brother Ankh said, hold on, young lion. Wait a minute. Just calm down. So, but then when we start showing you our teeth and we start barking a little bit, now it's, you attack me. But you came out of the gate like that, brother. So go ahead. You got the floor. Come on, be able to handle it. You should be able to take it.
Listen, y'all, what are you talking about? I'm not, y'all, there's nothing y'all can do or say to offend me at all. But I'm telling you, I ain't been
trying to offend you.
I'm telling y'all now, I ain't been disrespectful at all. I hold a lot of stuff back. I haven't been disrespectful.
I hold a lot of stuff back too, young brother. I give people that. You better have them Google me. You better have them Google me. I held a lot of stuff back too, young brother. It's just called respect. It's called respect. We as black people should be able to have a conversation and respect. I hear a bunch of noise, y'all. I hear a bunch of noise.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I just muted everybody.
Yeah,
it's just called respect. You talking about, there's a lot of things I could say. You think you're the only person that got some nigga shit in you? You think so? You the only person. You think you're the only person? You think you're the only person that can get you? You're not the only person that can get disrespectful. We all got that in us. So it ain't about what you held back and what you could have did. It's about we having a conversation with each other. And as Black people, we should be able to have respect for each other, even when we disagree. That's what I'm saying. So nobody got disrespectful with you. You didn't get disrespectful. I didn't take what you were saying as disrespectful. You know what I mean? And I hope. Hold on, let me finish talking. I didn't take what you said as disrespectful at all. You get what I'm saying? And I hope that you didn't take what we said to you as disrespect, because nobody's here to disrespect anybody. But all of us guys, Ricky, I want to tell you this. All of us got some nigga in us. So don't get it twisted. We all got it, Ricky. So don't get it twisted, okay?
And he made some good points, though. It's just a switching back in between conversations, biological, cultural. And so we should be able to keep keep the framework a certain way, right? So we can really understand, from each space to space. And I think it'd be better. You'll see that some points you made, I thoroughly agree with you, bro.
Absolutely.
It's when you switch, when you like run out of something, you'll switch to biology real quick. Then you switch back, I'm just Black. And I'm saying the way we need to do this is to, talk to us about being a Black American, right? I appreciate your stance on that. I'm with you. But don't switch to biology and holler, I'm not African. Okay.
Listen, I'm not saying anything. I'm not scared of y'all attacks because y'all really ain't y'all haven't attacked me. Only thing y'all said was y'all gave little low body blows. I already said that. Y'all didn't attack me. Y'all didn't say anything.
You didn't give any body blows, Ricky. You didn't give any body blows. You didn't say anything slick out your mouth.
I had to get up off me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no.
Nah, you started to blow. You started to blow. He started it first. He started it first and won't want to admit it. I never seen.
I didn't start it first. We gonna watch the tape. If I did, I apologize.
All right, we're gonna watch that tape.
I don't think I did though. I don't think I did. To be real with y'all.
Man, I don't think he did.
Hey, Dr. Maat, notice I've been quiet this whole time.
All I'm saying is that when it comes, because the video that I watched, it was about reparations, and like I said, I'm not a scientist, I'm not an anthropologist, I'm not a doctor.
You talk like it though. You overthrew the out of Africa theory. You sound like you with it.
Because I don't believe in that type of knowledge that was given to us while we were enslaved and oppressed. That came up with by white people. You know what I'm saying? That control the world and the narrative.
Okay.
I think that they hide things. I think that they're not telling us the whole story. I think that they're giving us a certain thing to get us off this landmass. I believe they're trying to disconnect us from this landmass. I believe this land literally Black Americans landmass.
Okay, right. Hey Ricky.
I'm not gonna say all of it. I'm gonna say at least a portion of it, especially in the Deep South.
Ricky, can I ask you a couple questions, bro?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So based off of what you just said, we can't trust anything that the white man says. As I was also educated in the Deep South, right? What Black American
lies and truth, they mix them in. You gotta look at everything. Like they'll tell you the truth, but they won't tell you the whole story.
All right. So now,
lie about everything. They just give you part stories.
All right. So that means we got to get more data points, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
All right. That's what I was saying too this whole time. But let me ask you,
like the Smithsonian and all of that, until we can control that and go through there as much as we want without restriction, or until we can go to places like the Grand Canyon without restriction and really do some anthropology and really do some work on their behalf, we can't just go by, we came from Africa, we came off slave ships. This is a rich landmass. It's rich of resources. It has plenty. It has the food in the world. Like this landmass, like it has fertile land. Like this is not just a land that, you know what I'm saying, that shit wasn't inhabited.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you a couple questions. I've been quiet this whole time, obviously. So first is, what are some of the Black American scholars that you've been studying that I should be looking into if I want to learn more about being a Black American? Because I was educated my whole life in the Deep South too.
You can listen to Dr. Claude Winters, but like I told you before, oral history in my documentation is going to trump anybody you can study.
Okay, so now that wait, hold on. So you just said that, right?
Yeah.
If oral history and documentation, what does the Smithsonian serve a purpose to us for? Why can't we search the landmass on our own? We're not restricted.
Because when these people got it, wasn't an empty place. And I'm sure that when they take over stuff, when they burn these towns, and don't you know there's over like 200, I want to say 100 to 200 towns, black towns underwater. We don't know anything. They've done all the destruction.
No, we do know stuff about. We do know a lot of stuff.
They've done all the genocides. They've trail of tears you. They moved you. They've lied about history. They told you were someone else. They changed your name multiple times.
Brother,
yeah, you called him.
Yes. Brother, did you hear? He said he listened to Dr. Claude Winters. Go ahead. He said we need to study the work of Claude Winters.
Yeah, we didn't interview him before personally.
It's a multitude. Like I just told y'all, I listen to everyone. Knowledge comes from everyone. I don't look at someone and be like, this person is more credible than the next. I literally
should though.
You
should. Yeah, you need to do that.
Yeah, you should.
You need to organize your information. Listen, real fast, bro. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
What you got to say? What I need to do?
You need to organize that, because y'all got too much information. With the influx of the internet, is you don't. What you need to determine is what is good information and what is not. If you don't, where's that document you got documented?
I think that is good, and I'll pull it up for him. But I want to ask him because he may already know, brother, because he knows everything. So, so Ricky, I just have a quick question. What's the difference between misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation? Do you know the difference?
Clue. And you ask me, that thing means nothing.
You don't know what it means.
Oh, that doesn't.
I know. Yeah, but you know everything. So what does it mean? What does it mean?
No,
what is it? What is it?
The direct definition. I'm not doing that. The point is,
I understand.
The point is, I'm not. I can look up the definition for you, but if you want to,
you don't gotta look it up. You don't gotta look it up because you don't know it. That's why you gotta look it up, because you don't know it. I understand.
But just because you sitting around with doctor on your name don't mean you know more than me.
Who said I did? You see, so look at you. Just because you got doctor on my name. Let me stop. Let me mute you. You sound like a little kid. You sound like a little baby. You mad because I'm a doctor. You mad. You mad. You showing your insecurity, brother, because I don't flex with the doctor. You just showed yourself to be an insecure dude. You insecure that a sister's on this platform and she really got a DR in front of your name. You brought it up.
Gender war.
You brought it up. Ricky, stop acting like a little. Stop, Ricky. You insecure. You keep and this is what you keep doing. Look at you, Ricky. It all came out. You're intimidated. You're intimidated, Ricky. Yes, you are, because you brought it up. You keep bringing up my doctorate. Why do you keep bringing up my doctorate? You could get one just like I have one. Why do you keep bringing it up? Then don't bring it up. Stop bringing up my credentials, because you sound like a jealous chick. Stop bringing up my credentials. You sound like a jealous chick. Stop. I'm not bringing up my credentials. I never asked you. I never asked you for yours. So why are you bringing up my credentials? You got 275 people listening to you. Just because you're a doctor in front of your name, don't think you sound like an immature, jealous chick right now. Don't bring up my credentials. I didn't ask you for your credentials, brother. I didn't ask you for your educational level when we started this conversation, nor do I care. But it's evident, brother Ricky, see, now you're being disrespectful. I don't want to kick him out, because I did like him, but he got some growing to do. Hold on, brother. Let me, there's some stuff in the background. Ricky, you just showed your hand. And let me tell you something, Ricky, since we want to talk credentials, Ricky, I can tell you're not educated based on the stuff that you say out your mouth. You sound like an illiterate person. You don't know. You sound like a very illiterate, ignorant person. We call it an ignoramus. You sound like an ignoramus, a very ignorant person. So I could tell you're not educated, and I can tell that you're intimidated by my credentials. You talk like an uneducated person. And you know what's the sad part, family? We have a lot of Rickies running around here. See, that's why it pays to keep your children in school, family. Get your children in school. It pays to stay in school. It pays to learn. Okay? Because if not, your children are going to churn out like Ricky, people who are uneducated, and people who are intimidated by those who are educated. Let me say that again, family. If you don't promote education in our community, if you don't promote education in our community, if you don't promote reading in our community, if you don't promote scientific literacy in our community, if you don't promote character in our community, your children are going to end up like Ricky. I'm just going to let me say that one more time. I see you all in the chat. I thank you so much, family. See, family in the chat. Ricky, go read the chat. Okay, they're trying to help you out. Family right now. I just that this is a plea. This is a plea from Dr. Maat. If you don't promote education in your household, if you don't promote scientific literacy in your household, if you don't promote reading in your household, if you don't promote character in your household, you're going to produce little Rickies, people who are threatened, people who are insecure, and people who are threatened and insecure by people who do read, people who are scientifically literate, and people who are educated. Brother Ricky, I already knew you was uneducated when you got on here, and I already knew you was insecure about my doctorate. I knew you were insecure because, hold on, let me tell the family, let me snitch on you now. Before we went live, family, I said, well, let me put this in the title. I said, we are not Africans. Instagram brother challenges Dr. Maat. Instagram challenge Dr. Maat. Oh, you got a doctor in front of your name. I said, ooh, he already insecure.
Quit lying.
Oh, stop lying, Ricky. Stop lying. My fan, they know I don't lie. My supporters know I don't lie. You getting exposed. But look at you. You can't help it. Like a little child, you got to unmute. Like a little kid, you can't wait to talk.
You want to let me talk?
You can't. I won't let you talk. I won't let you talk because I've been listening to you talk.
You
Ricky.
ain't.
Let's look at you. Look at it. Let me put you in timeout. Now you backstage.
Hey, Doc, check the email I just sent you. I want you to share that flyer for us. That link.
Okay, I'll share the flyer. I had to put them in timeout. Ricky, like a little, it says a Zoom, brother. It's not a flyer, it's a Zoom link. You send me a Zoom link. That's what just came up, a Zoom link. So send me the flyer so I can share it. So let me tell you. So Ricky, you in timeout, Ricky. And my people know I don't lie. Ricky, let me put you back in timeout. Let me play with you. Let me play with you. You back, Ricky? Let me play that. Hold on, where you at? So Ricky, you were intimidated from jump. Soon as I said doctor, he said, oh, you got a doctor in front of your name? I said, damn, another brother intimidated by an educated sister. Brother, what I got you can go get, brother. What I got you can go get. Then you got mad with the young brother, Brendan, for telling you that he majored in aerospace engineering. Oh, you think you better than me? I said, damn. Did you hear that? Did you catch that, Brendan? When you said, my degree is in aerospace engineering. Soon as you mentioned your degree, the brother got upset and said that you.
Yeah, he said, I asked him, he said, you can't fathom a million years. I said, I work in those numbers literally on a daily basis.
Right. And so you said, and then you said, I'm an aerospace engineer. And then what did he say? What did he say to you, brother?
He said, oh, I don't care about your credentials.
So, but nobody's bringing up credentials but him. Nobody's bringing up credentials but Ricky. I didn't talk about my doctorate. I didn't talk about my publications. I didn't talk about the years of experience that I have in the I didn't talk about any of that. You didn't talk about any of that. We were just having a conversation with our brother.
In that chat right there. That's not true. Hey, Doc, check the link I sent you.
Paperwork.
The white man's paperwork. Oh my God. That's when you know that he's uneducated.
Oh my goodness.
It says Zoom, brother. It's Zoom. It's a Zoom link.
It's a Zoom link, Doc.
Okay,
it's
cool.
It's actually a Zoom link.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Look at it, you'll see.
Yeah. I just thought it was just a Zoom link. But here we go.
White man's paperwork.
He said Dr. Umar Johnson voice. He funny. And let that man back in here. He's saying Dr. Umar Johnson.
He funny. I'm gonna let Ricky back in. But Ricky got to stop with the bringing up the credential stuff. Like, nobody's doing. Yeah, I know he attacked you simply because you have a degree in aerospace engineer. And now he's attacking me simply because I have a PhD in engineering. He doesn't. That's when you're not educated, okay, and you don't value education. You get what I'm saying? You feel intimidated and threatened like that. And so that's what happens. It's too many little Rickies running around in the Black community. So we got to make sure that we keep on pushing education. We got to make sure that we keep on pushing STEM. And we got to make sure, family, that we keep on pushing character. Because I just see some bad character happening here, right? Like I'm Ricky. Come on, don't embarrass your family like that. And then you say you have a daughter, Ricky. Ricky, you said you have a daughter. Don't get on here. You mentioned your grandparents and your parents, and then you said you have a daughter. Don't embarrass your village, okay? Don't embarrass your village, okay? Don't you understand that we are reflections of our village, that we represent the people that we come from? So don't get online doing that. And then you say you somebody's daddy, right? Come on now. Come on. That's the problem. So, anyway, family, check out this discussion with astrophysicist Dr. Moya McTeer. So, Brother Onk, you want me to drop this link in the chat? Okay, let me go ahead and drop it in the chat. Brother Onk said, make sure, family, that you drop this link. I'm throwing it in the chat right now. Now is the white man credentials. That's the default when they can't get it. When Ricky ain't go to college to get it, now it just becomes the white man's, as if we didn't have credentials back in Africa. But he doesn't believe we came from Africa, so to hell with it, right? So anyway, family, make sure that you tune in right here for Dr. Moya McTeer's discussion, a discussion with astrophysicist Dr. Moya McTeer. And I love, Brother Onk, that you got a sister up there. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
A sister, and you said she was bad. You said this sister is bad.
She is.
Yeah, fire. Yeah.
Wow. I can't wait to I look forward to watching it. So it says right here, June the 15th at 7 p.m. family. So make sure that you register so that you can check out this discussion with astrophysicist Dr. Moya McTeer. It says an autobiography of our what does it say? Galaxy, the Milky Way. So she has a book, Brother Onk. You didn't tell me she was also a published author.
Well, I was gonna get to it. I didn't get a chance to get to it. And
go ahead, get to it, brother. Go ahead, brother.
In the building. Yeah, she's all that, and she's actually been on Neil deGrasse Tyson's platform. He spoke highly of the sister, and it's presented by the Pseudo Killers, man. Online scientific literacy advocacy group, right? You know the yoke we come from. Dr. Oyama, and these types of presentations is what we do to bless the African American community. So yeah, we're not afraid of white people, not at all, right? We're not afraid of white people knowledge, mischaracterization of white people knowledge, and we're definitely not afraid of science, because you can directly trace science back to Africa based off of any basic Wikipedia article. Who'll tell you that in Africa is the first trappings of what they're calling science. And you can just, right here, we can do, look, I do it all the time. I don't want to make me do it, but I do it. I'm gonna keep this book, right? Look, that African papyrus reference book.
Yeah.
Here you go. Right. African papyrus. Right. So at what point do you just stop saying white? I think we should lose that word.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like an inferiority complex we have. Whenever you say that, it's like you have an inferiority complex against white people. No one's afraid of white people. No one's afraid of people, period. We seek to be educated. We seek the level. We leveling up around here. So yeah. Anyway, we glad to have the sister in the building. This is like our first event, and we wanted to start off with the sisterhood, man. So Doc, we're gonna have to do some talk in the back. We definitely want you, on the program and just mix it up. So yeah, I appreciate everybody. They may want to support this. And yeah, this is what the Pseudo Killers is bringing, man. And shout out to Conscious Ingenuity. You inspire each other, Doc. You know what it is, right?
Absolutely.
We're going to keep the level coming until they bow down and recognize that this our thing. Being literate in science, being financially literate is our thing. We got to stop acting like it's somebody else's, Doc.
It's not.
It's crazy.
It's not. It's not at all. And family, right now, let me share again. Let me share this fundraiser right here for the Ziax Institute. So the first Black Science Fair in New York City. So family, make sure that you donate. You've been seeing me throw this link in the chat. We got to make sure that our babies are scientifically literate. All right. And so make sure that you donate. And I see that some of you have, and I truly, truly appreciate that you donated from the bottom of my heart. Just donate $10. Shoot, if you all donated $10, we had 2,500 smack dab tonight. So just donate $10, $20. You spend that on a cheeseburger, right? So make sure you donate to the first Black Science Fair in New York City, going down June the 10th. All right. So make sure that shout out to that daggone Q Butter. He's doing this thing. He's super excited. He has a lot of great things planned. I'm going to be in the building. Brother Onk is going to be in the building. Absolutely. And lastly, family, make sure Make sure that you sign your child up for the UACI Summer STEM program. All right, I'm dropping the links to all this stuff in the chat, family. We got to make sure that our babies are scientifically literate. Shout out to the Uhuru Academy and Baba Amin. Conscious Ingenuity in the Uhuru Academy has come together as partners to offer this summer STEM camp. We're going to be doing a lot of great things with our children. Our children will be exposed to artificial intelligence and cybersecurity. They'll also be exposed to coding via the microbit. And so we'll be getting into a lot of stuff, the 6 concepts of cybersecurity. We're going to get into some AI stuff, some machine learning and things of that nature. So make sure that your children are enrolled in this summer STEM camp. We only have 30 slots, 15 in person and 15 virtual. So make sure that you sign your child up ASAP. Brother Ankh, do you have any closing words? Brother Ankh, do you have any closing words for the listening audience?
Well, at no point is the information we bring in meant to shame somebody or anybody. It's actually meant to motivate you. Because if you can be motivated to learn or what you think is accurate Black history, and you can be motivated to change your mind and get you the real information. Because I was once that person. And I'm saying if I can do it, anybody can do it. I used to say the same thing. That's the white man evolution. That's the white man science. We don't need no books. I said all these things, right? And it was based off of this new thing I thought I learned. This new consciousness about Black people, right? And I realized at the end of the day that the real education is in the secret vaults called the libraries and the institutions. And once I figured that out, then I was on my way to learning accurate Black, African, or however information you want. It's in the universities is where it is, right? Simple as that. So I appreciate the conversation and I appreciate you, bro. You know, we had fun. You know what I'm saying? I already knew he was going to get Doc hot. I'm like, oh, don't get her hot. She was white hot. Let me stop.
No, I'm good. Brother Ankh, you know, I didn't develop thick skin over this. It takes, you know, it takes more for me. I just wanted to let him know, like, stop with the now, Brother Ankh, you know, I used to not anymore. Not anymore.
You cut me off for 6 months of the clip. I'm like, what I do? The 6 month clip. You lucky, yo. She knocked me up 6 months. I'm cutting you off. Don't get no words in, dog. I be like, what I do? 6 months, she gone.
No, I enjoy, you know, conversing with the brother. It was fun. You know what I mean? I'm not mad with him. I don't like that bringing up the credentials because I never asked him. I never said, do you have a high school diploma? Do you have a bachelor's science degree? I don't do that. You know what I mean? When I'm out in the community, you know what I mean? When I'm out, oh my gosh, I gotta put him in timeout again. Oh my Jesus. When I'm in the community, I don't that's not what I lead with. I don't lead with having a PhD. I don't lead with that stuff, you know. And so when folks come at me and bring it up, I'm like, Dag, is that some insecurity? Because I didn't bring it up. So why the hell you bringing it up, right? Like stop. You know what I mean? And so
judge people on their merit, on who they are.
On who they
I know
are.
you never did me like that. I never, not one time, felt like that. That you shamed me because I didn't have the degree that you had. I don't have no degrees. I learned it. I had to pick the books up and go to the universal library and read it myself. I didn't have a guide. I just had to figure it out. And I never heard you ever say that, yo, you can't talk. I never did. Now, if I get too slick, you might be like, come on, man.
Yeah, when you were saying stuff like, do you understand this? I was like, oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I'll pull up some shit and say, do you understand this?
No, I don't.
So yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, but we good. Like I'm not mad at with the brother. But Brendan, I know you wanted to chime in. Do you have any closing words for the listening audience? Do you have any closing words, Mr. Brendan?
All right, yeah, it was real interesting, this conversation. You know, I called you because I was just on YouTube. I was watching some other stuff, and I was like, hold on, let me hop on this and let me ask a couple of questions, and I'm gonna stay quiet because when I have conversations or when I have intellectual debates, it's not like this at all. We come with a body of work, grounded, and then we go from there. We set the foundation. But as far as the credential things, yeah, when I'm talking to people, obviously, unless they explicitly ask, I'm not going to bring up my credentials on my credentials of what I do, how I do it. And at the end of the day, I can't pass my credentials, but I can pass knowledge. And whether you want to accept that knowledge or not, that's going to be based on your filtering system or how you go about learning, right? And then over time, you'll gather enough data points to understand what I said was true or false, right? And then you can verify it further by looking into other bodies of work. That's all I'm gonna say for that. We can talk offline. Yeah.
Okay. And the people showing you some love. Some people showing you some love, Brendan. And we appreciate you, brother, for coming on and just being who you are. You know, I appreciate you coming in and giving your perspective as you always have. Just being just respectful young brother. And I just enjoyed. I don't know if you shared with everybody when you came to Baltimore to visit me. What were you up here for again? Can you refresh my memory?
I had just moved up here for my job.
Yes. So you had moved to one part of Maryland. Yeah. About an hour away. And you had hit me up. I think you had inboxed me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And you was like, I'm in the neck, you was like, I'm in your neck of the woods, Doc, and I want to see you. And you really did. You drove from there. I think it was an hour drive for you. Was it about an hour?
As the Florida man drives, I'll say like 30 minutes, but
yeah. And you came up here and you spent time with me when we went to pick my son up from the football field, and you came up to Morgan with me and spent some time with my students, and you asked them questions about their projects, and then we went to go get something to eat. And did I take you to everyone's place? Then we go to everyone's place.
Yeah, we did.
We went down to everyone's place. And
I've been there a couple of times back now too. I've been meaning to come back up there, but just know like I haven't been avoiding you. Or like I've been in the works. I've been doing some stuff. So
brother, you ain't gotta explain. Brother, you ain't gotta explain. I just appreciate who you are, just as a young Black man, and just what you're doing. In education wise, what you've done, what you're doing in your career. I appreciate your character, and I appreciate you coming on to have this discussion. I really appreciate you. And
I do want to say one thing.
Oh, go ahead, please. You have the floor.
All right. I'm speaking to the children that may listen to this, and like you can put this everywhere. When she talks about what's happening in the world today, so I work in the industry where cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, machine learning, math, all these things are imperative. And going into this next decade, if you are if you're disproportionate in these fields, if you don't understand basic math, you will be left behind, because there's going to be a lot of advancement on all of these fronts that will that will literally have people dying if you do not start understanding what's going on in this world. So you need to get into these fields. You need to understand math, basic math. If you understand the foundations of math, you can do everything. You can get into law, you can get into English, you can learn other languages, right? But if you do not, it's going to be real hard this next coming decade. Absolutely. That's all I'm going to say. Okay.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate you, young warrior. You keep on being who you are. Mr. Ricky, you have the floor for the closing words, sir. Peace, and love to you, Brendan.
I just want to say I appreciate y'all for letting me come up. I had a good time. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, and titles and that I could care less about them, because my greatest who I look up to most is Malcolm X, and he didn't have any of those things. So I could care less about what a title is or what you know or any of that. The point that I'm trying to get is like none of these things, none of these degrees, none of these jobs and whatnot that everyone has, that doesn't translate to justice for Black Americans and changing the system. So I could care less about what I know, what definition I know, a scientific theory or a theory. All I know is I'm Black American. I'm coming for justice, and that's more my lane. Y'all might be educated.
How you gonna get jealous? How you gonna get justice in for Black Americans, and you don't understand basic definitions? You don't understand history. Hold on. Let me say, you don't understand definitions. You don't understand history, right? And you talking about you want justice, right? And then the degrees did this. If degrees didn't matter to you, then why did you bring them up? Anybody can roll the tape. See, that's the beauty of the internet. That's the beauty of going live. We record everything. So if you don't care about, let me mute you out. If you didn't care about, no, because you throwing shots on the low and all that, and stop. Like you went from I appreciate y'all bringing me on to I don't care about no degrees. You mentioned it again. What? Stop, Ricky. Stop. You mentioned degrees. Soon as I said, Ricky, you have the closing words. You said, well, thank you. I appreciate y'all coming on. I appreciate you letting me back. Then you said, well, all those degrees don't matter. If you don't care about the degrees, why are you talking about them? If you don't care about degrees, if you don't care, why do you keep bringing it up? Why did you bring up the boy's job, Brendan's job, these degrees and these fancy jobs you have? You come off like a just immature. I don't even want to say thing. Like I just very like an imbecile, like in a sense. And I'm trying not to say imbecile, but that's the first word that came to mind. Like stop. Like stop. You come off very, very intimidated. I don't care about no degrees. No one said that you did, brother. I gave you the mic. I told you to go ahead. You got the mic. You got the closing words. You said thank you for coming on. And then you jump right back into the discussion of degrees. You don't care about degrees. You don't care about fancy jobs. None of this is going to get justice for Black people. But then you say you don't care about definitions. You don't care about history. You don't care about any things. How are you going to fight for justice for Black people? And you talk about Malcolm X. Malcolm X read books. You don't believe in reading books. So you said you care and you love Malcolm X. Malcolm X was an avid reader. And Malcolm X, he studied under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he also was an autodidact. He respected education. Malcolm X, you like Malcolm X? Hold on, let me bring up some Malcolm X quotes. Hold on, Malcolm X quotes. I ain't even going to do it to you. I ain't even going to embarrass you. Malcolm X was a huge advocate of education. So you say that you look up to Malcolm X, but then you don't care about education. You look up to Malcolm X, but you don't believe in reading books. You look up to Malcolm X, who was that? Hold up. You did say you look up to Malcolm X. Malcolm X understood the power of definitions. Brother, do you know when he was in jail, he read the whole entire dictionary while he was in jail? Do you know he took the time out to understand words and definitions? But you say you don't want to look up definitions. You don't want to read books. You don't believe in education. And then you want to uplift Malcolm X. Go ahead, brother. You just a walking contradiction. Go ahead, brother. Unmute your mic. You don't care about degrees. You don't care about this. Keep on going, brother. You're making yourself and your village look bad.
I really ain't.
You making them look terrible. They did a terrible job. Tell your parents I said they did a terrible job. They did a terrible job. And I thank God that my village is producing young men that aren't of your caliber. I give thanks. My son is far from your caliber. Yeah. And I give thanks because you're disrespectful. You're very disrespectful, and you don't believe in education. You're disrespectful. You're very disrespectful. You're disrespectful. Shame on your village.
I'm just letting
shame
you know
on your village. Shame on your village. Shame on your village. You are a poor reflection of your village. Shame on your village, Ricky.
I'm telling you,
you are a poor reflection of your village. Shame on your village. Shame on your village. Jalen, come in here. What do I always talk to you about, Jay? Come in here, Jalen. What is? Oh, you don't have no clothes. Go and get dressed. No, go get dressed because I want them to hear what I always remind you of when you go out here and you represent yourself in the world. Remember how we talk about how people judge you by your village? So go put on a shirt. Go put on your shirt. Yeah, Ricky, you disrespectful, Ricky. You are. And you uplift. You is a walking contradiction and don't even know it.
Right? That's the best part.
He is, isn't he? He's a walking contradiction.
Yeah, learn. I know I was there before, so I
wasn't there at 33. At 33, I was beyond where he is. At 33, I was beyond where he was. I was where he is right now, and I was there in my 20s. I was there in my 20s. 33, about 32, 33. That's when I started really kind of coming into myself. You know what I mean? Like my early 30s. Yeah.
I was around 33 when I started, like trying to fight and get what literacy was, scientific literacy was. I was fighting that. Say you love education but hate books. That didn't make no sense.
Yeah, he's a walking.
Yeah. He'll read. He'll know. He got to really sit down and do. We do auto books and stuff now, though. So I don't know.
There go one of your little soldiers right there.
What up, man? Oh, boy, you getting big, boy.
He said, what's up, boy? Yeah, that's Brother Unc.
Hey, Brother Unc.
Hey, they some fly glad. Hold on. Don't do it, Jalen. Hold on. Hold on. Don't do it. Don't do it. Boy, bro, you know how many you doing it, right? We right there with the cut. All right? Just that you know where we at. I'm trying to keep up with the youngins on this one. right.
Checking.
So what are your morning affirmations since you how long have we saying this affirmation about since you?
I don't even remember. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. So what's your morning affirmation, Jalen?
Listen, learn to lead. Don't be a follower, be a leader. I'm a representative of my family and an extension of my African race.
So you understand you are an extension of who?
My African race.
No, extension of your
family.
No, your reflection. What is it again?
Listen, learn to lead. Don't be a follower, be a leader. I'm a representative.
I'm a representative. Okay, so I butchered it. My bad. So I'm a representative of my family, an extension of my African race. I share. Give me my earphones.
Said extension.
Give me my earphones. Give me my earphones. He said he is a reflection. He's a representative of his family. And brother Ricky is not representing those down south. I know them down south. I'm from the south. My family's from Sumter County, South Carolina. And I know them southern people taught you better than that. If not, you ain't really from the south. If not, you lied, Ricky. The way you carried on, the way Ricky carried on right now, you would have never thought he was raised by southern people, because we don't play that in the south. We don't play disrespect in the south. So it's either he lying about that, he lying and he trolling, or he just kind of messed up tonight.
He's ran up against a buzzsaw. He ain't know it. Yeah. And he'll learn from this moment. Yeah, Ricky will definitely learn from this moment.
He's disrespectful.
Rick, don't worry about it.
Can I speak? Can I finally speak? Y'all doing libations and talking and having.
I told you.
We can go. Y'all.
We was doing libations on. You see how he tried to dig? Talk about y'all was doing libations. He always jabbed. He always jabbed.
I ain't mad at you for that. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Go ahead, Ricky. You got it.
That was a good one.
You got the floor, Ricky.
I respect what y'all talking about, but y'all don't see, like, y'all probably come from a different type of background. You said my people, like, my people have been, I'm telling you, like, I don't even want to talk about my past, because y'all ain't even gonna believe me. My father,
I believe you. Try me.
Hold on. My father killed by police. My grandpa arrested, shot 5 times while he's in handcuffs. Like I'm 10 toes down about this.
Tired of it.
And and y'all think me being aggressive? No, that's something. I want something. I want something to change.
I feel you.
Yeah,
y'all don't get through my eyes, because I'm telling y'all, I don't care about those degrees. I don't.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
He the one that keep bringing it up. Nobody's bringing it up.
Man,
he did bring it up 25. He keeps bringing it up. Can we lay off the degrees, please? Move forward. What are your closing words, brother?
Listen,
move forward. You didn't told us 50 million times. You don't care about books. You don't care about degrees. You don't care about education. You don't care about Africa. You said all that. What are your closing words?
Africa, I don't. You're right about this.
Okay, what are your closing words?
I was saying is, if you don't interrupt me, y'all just move forward and pass it. I'm just letting you know the reason why I feel this way is because I don't believe degree whatnot is going to change your situation in the country. And y'all up here playing like we've been getting degrees for hundreds of years. We've been doctors for hundreds of years, and things still getting worse and worse and worse. Why y'all are doctors and everything else? Like y'all not living in a real.
What are you?
I'm a tradesman.
So where did you get your trade from? What school did you go to?
I went to FCC.
Okay, so what's FCC? Give me the acronym.
It's a career college. I also have a.
So I guess your career, your degree don't mean shit. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Do you feed your family? Do you feed your family with your certification, with your trade? Are you able to make a living to feed your family, sir?
Am I able to?
Yes. Yeah. Are you working in your field? You say you're a trade. What is your trade, sir?
I was doing that before.
What is your trade, sir? What is your trade, sir?
It's HVAC.
That's why you mad. That's why you mad. That's why you mad. Oh, Ricky, that's why you mad. Ricky, that's why you mad. Ricky is mad. I'm sorry, Ricky. I didn't mean to take you out. Ricky is mad. He keep attacking degrees because I said, well, did you go to school? He said, yeah, he went to a trade school. He said he got an HVAC certificate. And I respect this HVAC certificate, but he doesn't respect the degree, but he didn't went to school and got an HVAC certificate.
See, that's that walking contradiction right here. That's
contradiction.
What I can't stand. Walking contradiction. Textbooks is a damn textbook, whether it's in the college, university, or in a technical school to get more education. You playing, bro. I knew it.
Man,
I knew it. Yeah,
I'm trying to
no,
prove
not
it.
listen to you.
He didn't
You don't care about degrees,
He went
but
to
you
school,
care
but
about
he don't care about degrees, but he went and got a
I don't
certification
care
at a
about
school.
certification.
He went and got a certification at a
Reading
school.
textbooks,
I'm
read the
trying to tell
white
y'all.
man information.
Reading the white man
Was that
information.
black people
You went to the white
certification?
man school. You went to the white man school to get that certification, Ricky. Was that a black?
Yeah.
Was that a pro-black school that you got that
Actually, it was black. Actually, it was black.
What's the name of it? What's the name of it? I'm Googling. What's the
FCC.
name?
It was a black teacher that taught me.
FCC. No, it ain't a black teacher.
Black
FCC.
teacher
What's it?
using
Not
white
black.
books.
What is FCC? What is it? What is
Don't
it?
worry
What is
about that.
FCC?
Where you get your
What is
stuff
FCC?
from?
Where you get your
stuff
FCC?
from?
No.
Crazy.
What does
Look up
FCC
FCC
stand
and
for?
who wrote your curriculum?
FCC.
Because you think
You
like
got
this.
me,
grade
bro.
school.
You got him, yo.
You think you what the kids be, bro?
God.
He talk about the white man this, the white man that. He went right to one of them white trade schools and got a white certificate from a black teacher. Why did you go to that white school, Ricky? Why did you go to that white school and get that certification that you're using to feed your family, Ricky? Why did you do it, Ricky? You are a walking contradiction. You don't respect degrees. You don't respect degrees.
They respect white man trade schools, though. We can go to white man trade schools, but don't go to white man college.
Don't go to a white college.
I ain't going to your college, but I'm definitely going to your trade schools
y'all,
and get that education.
Let me explain myself. Y'all gonna let me explain
it? Why don't you just stop?
Ricky.
Y'all gonna let me explain myself? It's because I used to be lost like y'all before. You hear me?
I'm not flossing.
Who flossing?
I used to think that shit actually matters. It doesn't.
Yo, listen.
He'll listen to
80%, right? Listen, 80% of the children in the juvenile system
Let him talk. Let him
illiterate,
talk.
yo.
Say that one more time, Unc, so he can hear you. Listen to it.
80%, right, of black children, white children, green children, okay, in the juvenile system are illiterate, bro. 80% of them. So I refuse to hear anti-intellectualism because that's actually a way to stem us being in prisons, bro. I just want you to, if we're more educated, we see the world different. It's just that simple, bro. Malcolm X gave you a prime example of being in prison and read a whole damn dictionary. And so his world opened up for him.
Yes.
Your reading is fundamental and comprehension. No, you keep saying... I didn't say that.
Who told y'all? Let him finish. Let him finish.
I'm saying that you're not fair.
Oh my gosh, Ricky. Let him finish, Ricky. I keep muting you. Let him talk, Ricky. Let him talk.
You're not playing fair because obviously you can read and you can read well, but yet you promoting for younger babies not to do it.
Right.
That's
and got a whole certificate. He got a whole goddamn certificate. And then he's sitting online talking about fuck the books, don't go to school, don't get a degree. And then he said, I got my certificate from the FCC trades.
You got it out of him. You got it out of him. You took it out of him. See? Yeah, you funny. That's a good one, Rick. Hey, Rick, I just want to let you know, Rick, you're a walking contradiction. Yo, work on that.
Y'all are contradictions.
Did you go to trade school?
Did you go to trade school, Ricky? True or false?
I did HVAC because a black man created the air conditioner. That's what motivated me to do that.
So he really think we just slap silly like the black man invented.
I'm gonna be real with you. That's what motivated me.
Air conditioning in Africa.
Listen. I did accounting. Right?
Where did you do accounting at? Ricky?
Don't worry about that.
Oh, don't worry about that. Did you go to a black accounting school, Ricky?
Don't worry about that. Y'all trying to
black numbers and black reading and writing. Was you reading it in Swahili? Y'all trying to read in Swahili.
Y'all trying to belittle me.
Ricky online. I ain't belittling you. Nobody belittling you, Ricky. Ricky, you just sat here told people don't read books, don't get no degrees, and you're going to get all the degrees. He done got a degree. He got a degree in accounting. He got a degree in accounting, brother. He got a degree in accounting. He got a degree in accounting. He got a degree in HVAC. And he online telling the baby
beautiful black daughter.
He's worse than the anti. He's worse than an anti-vaxxer, brother.
I know.
You know how he worse than an anti-vaxxer. You know how those anti-vaxxers are vaccinated, but then they be like, I ain't going to tell my kid to get a vaccination. He's worse than an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, he got to stop it. Oh man,
I'm not going to afford my children the same protection that I got. I ain't going to do it. So he online talking about don't get degrees, don't go to school, don't read books. And here it is. This brother has a degree in accounting and has a certificate in HVAC.
Ain't no way. You just couldn't have made this up. We
Got
couldn't have
him.
made this up like that.
Brother Unc. These characters are funny, brother Unc. These
Slow
characters are
down, bro.
funny.
Go back to that thing that
Oh,
made you get that, HVAC. Go back to that thing that made you deal with
yeah.
accounting. But go back to that
Yeah.
mind state for a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah,
You're a
yeah.
little bit over your skis.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, man.
He is, brother Unc.
But
But
I
I had
got a beautiful young daughter home. I had a good,
I had a
enjoyed it.
good
That was
time.
fun.
Did you have a good time tonight? Ricky
Yeah,
was
that was
so
fun.
funny. I
Ricky,
had a really
Ricky
good
funny.
time with Ricky tonight. And
Yeah,
but I meant what I said. See, these are prime example of what happens when we don't promote, education, scientific literacy, reading, and high character in our households. You come out
Yeah.
producing little Rickies. And so we don't want to produce any more little Rickies, family. So make sure.
Maybe not. Ricky actually got all that stuff.
Oh, right. What
We
you said,
can't-
maybe not. We can't even say it.
We can't even say that no more. Sorry about that, Ricky. We take that back. You're actually educated. We appreciate that, bro.
All right, I'm gonna let Ricky
Lord,
back
Ricky.
on. Let me see if he can contain himself.
He ain't gonna
Ricky,
do it.
don't
Ain't gonna
come
do
on
that.
here. Let me see if he can do it. Ricky, we know you don't care about degrees, even though you have one. We know you don't care about certifications, even though you have one.
Right.
We know you don't care about reading books, even though you read them. We know you don't care about school, even though you've gone to school. So, Ricky, what are your closing words? Here we go. Let's see.
What'd you ask? I didn't hear you.
You have the floor, Ricky.
No, I was basically saying that before y'all interrupted me. I'm not shitting on y'all degrees. I know that's making y'all defensive and everything, but in the grand scheme of things, like, you having that degree doesn't do anything for what's going on in this country at this point in time.
It doesn't.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. It doesn't,
It
because
doesn't?
her situation has continually gotten worse. It's not getting better. I don't know what y'all looking at, but things aren't getting.
It's a nice gold chain you got there, bro.
Thank you, bro. It only costs about $900.
Where you get that money from?
Where you get that money from, Ricky?
How y'all get your money?
Really?
You got a job? It's people that don't got no jobs. If you go to Africa and certain third world countries, bro, you want to see the hood, that's a real hood.
Right.
You got to stop that. You're actually taking advantage of what Martin Luther King put forward about what Malcolm X and them died for. You taking advantage of that and you spitting in their face, acting like, well, it's getting worse. How, bro? It ain't worse. It was a time where you, my daughter, my son couldn't walk down the street, bro. Listen, I want to let you know that it was a time you walk down the street and looked a white person in the face, they kill you and hang you, bro. You tripping right now.
I'll be the nigga that dies.
That's not the point. Listen what I'm saying. You being funny. I'm trying to tell you, I don't ever want to hear you say it's getting worse, because we got opportunity. It was a time we didn't have. It was a time we didn't have opportunity, bro.
It's still
Martin and them died for no reason, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. See, you want to mention Malcolm X's name when it sounded slick, right? And then you want to spit on his legacy by acting like it ain't the same. Dude, they went through something totally different.
Right. Cut it out.
Now
Cut
we're entitled and borderline disrespectful. You're very entitled right now. Because guess what? You like people talk crazy about vaccines because they work so damn well. You don't even know some. Martin Luther King and them, Malcolm X and them, Black Panther Party, all the freedom for all of them. They fought so damn hard that now you can talk shit and talk about it's getting worse.
What did we learn from their situation, though? What did you learn from what they went through?
We learned that you can jump on the paddle, disrespect evolution, get some certifications, and act like you ain't really doing it. That's what we learned.
Bro, I'm not telling you not to do that. I'm just telling you, in the grand scheme of things, like, okay, everybody
important, yo.
Support your family. Okay, you do what you got to do to support your family, but working a job and supporting your family is way different than advocating for what's going on with your community.
You can do both, though. Don't lie to your community, though.
We doing both. We doing both.
Ricky. Just don't lie.
This
doing both.
No, you're lying to your community, Ricky.
You're lying, Ricky. You're lying, Ricky.
You're not telling the truth, Ricky.
The reason why I got on here was for the reparations conversation.
No, you can't. Can you read the documents, though?
I ain't no damn African. And
Ricky, we passed that though, Rick. We passed it. Ain't no damn African, Rick. But I tell you what, how you think you're gonna deal with the United States? How you gonna deal with the United States government and you can't even understand the document that the paper will be printed on, bro? You tripping right now. That don't even make no sense. You keep saying something that nobody actually says. He want to fight for reparations for black people, but won't even be able to understand the document if they give it to you. Here, bro, if you can read this and call me him, but we saying we might give you the money. He gonna say, shit, that's white man language. Come on, dog. You triple double killing yourself right now. That don't even make no sense.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
Oh,
I know it was.
That was a but you fell short. You fell short.
Hold on, brother Ricky. Hold on, brother Ricky. Family, make sure you're in the building tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to send brother Ricky the link. I hope that he's in the building for this fire discussion. Baba Imhotep is going to be talking about manhood in the 21st century, African manhood in the 21st century at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then join us on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the historical breakdown of race first and its meaning. So make sure that you're in the building. All right, Ricky, I'm going to unmute you. There you go. I had to do that plug. Go ahead, Ricky.
Oh, I'm unmuted? Okay. Well, basically what I'm saying, I got on this live not to speak of anthropology, but to let you all know that when we're advocating for reparations, African ain't got nothing to do with that.
Who said it did? No one ever said that.
A Black American. I'm just saying.
You act like you ain't from Africa, you ain't getting no reparations, bro. You act like your ancestors one of them shit from Africa, you get nothing, bro.
Say that one more time, brother.
You is. If you say what you say, you get nothing.
Say that one more time.
If you say what you say, you already killed your bread. Hey, bro, can you figure this out for a minute? The reason we're getting reparations because your damn ancestors, not you, bro, you was not there, but your ancestors that came from Africa was clearly documented coming over here from Africa, and they was enslaved and worked to death. Worked to death, bro, for free. They was part of the global economy, and it wasn't you. It wasn't no African American. It was our ancestors. They was clearly African, and now you want to disconnect yourself from them, and then get the bread. You didn't do it. You wasn't in no chains of slavery. Matter of fact, you wasn't walking down the street in Thelma, Alabama, getting your head busted and water sprayed on you by the damn fire department who you supposed to trust, and the police department setting wild dogs and wild animals on you. You wasn't in none of that, bro. But yet you gonna act like you don't come from them. Dog, at this point, I'm done, Doc. I can't do it no more. The walking contradiction has beat me half to death. I got a headache. I don't understand it. He want the money, but he want to get the money back. I want the money. I'm a Black American, but I ain't connected to them people. Well, if you ain't connected to them people, what makes you think you can get that damn money that's coming from being connected to them people? And with that, I'm done. Back to African power. Fire!